the first night, Season 2 of the Rising Summoners League, where our first match of the night will be pitting the two teams of Fifth Spectrum and go ahead.
Kalapilla. Although I think I prefer their acronym BAMF.
I most definitely do, simply because I can pronounce it. So I will be going with BAMF all night.
Both of these teams are actually returning this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I see that we're all getting set up here in the lobby, LCS order. So just by looking at these two teams, who do you think is going to be a threat to watch out for?
It's hard to say. I do know I watched some of both Donut and Muffin back last year, and they seem to play off each other pretty well. You know, you have the mixed swag walk bros. You hope they do.
Indeed, indeed. Personally, I'm thinking that Team BAMF is going to have to watch out for the FeS and Yasuo that is being used by the Fifth Spectrum mid laner. I saw his win records are quite high on both of them, and personally, I hate assassins. Don't know about anybody else. I hate assassins.
Although Fifth Spectrum also has, for going for them, 3 members that ranked in the top 5 for their roles from last year.
That's certainly going to be a factor that'll be playing into tonight's match. Probably, we'd almost say, very nerve-wracking response, or a nerve-wracking feeling for their opponents, having to go up against 3 of the top 5, 3 essentially Hall of Famers, if you will, from last year. But
yeah,
names and numbers are
from
names.
there. However, Kalapilla was Channel 6 News last year, and they placed second in playoffs, whereas Fifth Spectrum was 5th.
Well, that's certainly something to consider, and hopefully we see that we have a very good first game tonight. A great way to kick off Season 2. Hopefully with lots of trades and lots of kills for both sides, lots of fights.
Hopefully so.
Hopefully they're listening so I can tell them, don't farm, kill everybody.
If we're lucky, they're paying attention.
Alrighty, well, in just about a minute or so, we should be getting ready to get underway with this game, as the teams are checking for a ready.
I have to say, Fifth Spectrum almost has the clan tag all the way through all their members.
Almost, just that Icarus Feather with his MERP tag.
Yeah, so tonight we'll be facing off Fifth Spectrum and Kalapilla, their squeeze hose.
Alrighty. If the teams are ready,
Hopefully
they can start. Hopefully soon. Actually, I'll just send a message not knowing how this works.
It's up to the teams to let each other know when they are ready so they can begin. Oh, and Icarus Feather has the Fifth Spectrum clan tag. So there we go.
There we go. He's
unity.
Listening. Good to know. Good to know.
Sorry if I cough a lot tonight, guys. It's allergy season.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, someone left the lobby.
Well, hopefully we get them back as quickly as possible. Flame 82, I believe he's the jungler.
He is the jungler for Fifth Spectrum. Hopefully it's just a client-side bug. He'll be back soon. In the meantime, why not run down the names? Just what about these names? Which ones stand out to you as just superb names? Oh.
I mean, absolutely the McSwagwalk brothers. I gotta give them name synergy. I gotta give them clan tag synergy.
And
we
actually haven't traded or a substitute.
Do we have a lineup swap? No? Okay. Maybe it was...
Yeah, no, this
Penelope
is new.
Penelope, walking in for the Fifth Spectrum team. All right, I'll have to now look up the new mid laner. It's
no, it looks like he's going up to jungle. They're just cycling through.
I'll still have to search up this new jungler.
Hey, at least he's sporting the clan tag, so we're good there.
This is true. All right, Penelope is indeed a jungler. Looks likes the tanks, although I do see an Elise in here and a Yi. Oh man, you're killing me with the Yi.
So what kind of team comps are you hoping to see out of this?
Well, personally, from what I'm seeing from both teams in their recently played games, I'm seeing that it looks like Fifth Spectrum likes a much more pick-based type of team with mid laners like Talia and top laners like FeS or Gragas. So it looks like they're going to be looking for a lot of picks during the match. Hopefully we'll see that from their side. Whereas Team BAMF definitely seems to just have the more burst comp. We're just going to run at you and team fight with things like a Mumu in their back pocket, as well as Jax and Nasus.
Oh, well, there goes the Jax.
Well, definitely a strong first ban from Team Fifth Spectrum, as it looks like Donut McSwagwalk has been playing a lot of Jax recently to a lot of success.
Oh no, not the Tasted Purple.
Oh, my favorite champion.
Oh, we know.
The meme squad. That's fine though. Icarus Feather has a lot more supports to choose from in his arsenal, including a Karma and a Zillion. As a Karma main, if you pick Karma, you better do me right.
You do enjoy Karma quite a bit. However, those are both quite strong AP supports.
I'll beat it out of you.
And there goes the Vi. Also a very strong ban, as that is Muffin McSwagwalk's most played champion by over 80 games.
Oh, wow. That is, quite a heavy bias towards a champ.
Also, to very high success of almost 60% win rate. That is a strong ban. And there would go not Penelope, excuse me. That would be Snowflake Gecko's Ari. Also, a very strong ban with a 62% win rate and an over 4.2 KDA on that champion. Very strong ban. Very impressed with BAMF's targeting so far. Actually, the target bans from both teams has been very strong. And we have no ban.
Interesting. Oh, it's because they brought on a
substitute
emergency sub, so they lose a ban because of that.
Alrighty. Well, moving on. Oh, definitely targeting Snowflake Gecko, it would seem, as they also ban his Lux, who is his strongest mid laner with a 47 with his most played games on Lux and having an average of more than 4.3 KDA. Very strong bans. A little bit of targeting against the mid lane, but very understandable given Snowflake Gecko's
top lane pick there with the Nautilus.
Absolutely, first pick of Nautilus.
We have someone left.
Oh,
Icarus left.
This will be restarting again. Hopefully, it was just a minor crash. But going back to that Nautilus pick for a second, that is something that Hoser has been frequenting very recently.
Is a girl. Thank you for that, Flam.
Thank you, Flam. Apologies, Snowflake. But you're being target banned.
Hard to disagree with that.
Indeed. The Nautilus, however, Hoser's been playing that a lot recently, but not so much success. So I'm not exactly sure what their plan with the Nautilus is. Hopefully Hoser is able to do a lot better with the Nautilus than in recent games, as the Nautilus has yet to get more than a 1.0 KDA and has very few wins.
Definitely makes for an interesting pick then. He is, however, a strong top laner, so they may be hoping to go into this with just picking a good, strong meta pick.
Picking one of their strongest Also, Nautilus will provide a lot of tank. It will provide a very strong front line, which will open up things for mage supports or damage junglers, which seems to be something Penelope likes to play a lot of, is damage junglers with Elise and Master Yi in her arsenal.
I can't say I blame Penelope for that, because I quite enjoy it myself.
Or his, because I feel like I'm going to be corrected very shortly, and Penelope is a joke name. But if it isn't, I apologize. But now, with the Snowflake Gecko, I'm going to be on edge all night. And as we work our way back down the ban tree, what do you think will be the response picks from BAMF? Do you think they'll go ahead and pick their top lane, or do you think they'll pick up their bot lane since the Lucian and other such ADCs are still up?
Flame confirms Penelope is a guy.
I did it again. But I did correct myself before Flan confirmed. Haha.
All my light puns would have brightened your day.
You know, it's hard to say. A lot of times you want to hide those, like especially like mid and AD carry, to kind of hide them so you don't get counter picked. But at this stage, if you can lock in your bot lane early, it's like, hey, yes, you guys can see what we're going to do, but we're going to do it but well, you can't do it. So it's kind of a mind game.
Muffin hovering the Amumu.
Ooh, that would be nice.
That would definitely be a very strong pickup for Muffin. His Amumu seems to be almost his bread and butter pocket pick after his Vi, with a more than 3 KDA, as well as a more than 50% win rate. It is one of his next strongest junglers in his arsenal.
And he
challenge. Well, then we will be seeing a Muffin McSwag walk Amumu, which most likely means that BAMF will be moving more towards their very strong team fight comps that they seem to like running, as well as it looks like, at least so far, Fifth Element is holding true to a strong pick potential, as Nautilus will offer a lot of that.
Oh, Renekton.
Ooh.
So, Kidlat in the chat says the misban was a mistake, but is now telling us both Snowflake and Icarus are female. So, here's your questions answered.
Perfect. Oh, and Snowflake hovering that Orianna. She has been playing that Orianna to a decent amount of success, with a more than 3.3 KDA and a more than 50% win rate. Although I'm surprised that I am not seeing the Syndra well.
And it's locked in? Well, she has a couple great targets to put it on, help get it in. Both Nautilus and Jin Zhao having ways to get in there, as well as a great disruptor from the Amumu Renekton dive.
Indeed it is, and with that Xin Zhao pickup, Penelope does revert to his second strongest jungler in Xin Zhao, with a decent KDA and a more than 50% win rate. The Vi was his only stronger jungler, and obviously that was banned because you do not want Muffin McSwagwalk getting his Vi. And if this is indeed the Echo pickup from Daichi Yama, and it will be, that is one of his more recently played mid laners to a fair amount of success. Not sure what their plan is for him, with the FeS still being up, and certainly his most recent games have showed that his FeS was a much more crucial part to their winning. And the Lucian, a very strong ADC, very, very bursty, a lot of utility, as well as, a very good team fight with his ultimate and his passive.
Caitlyn on the other side, also very meta. Oh, and the Zillion. I'm
And
very
there is
excited
the
to see
Zillion.
the Zillion.
Icarus is picking up her Zillion, which has been used a lot in her recent games to very high KDA success.
I like it.
As
Lucian
well as-
Thresh bot lane potential.
As well as lots of wins. In fact, her most played support is Zillion this season.
That's interesting. There's not many people who still play him, but he is still quite strong.
Oh, he's very strong, especially with this type of team comp. You do have the potential for it to all go wrong for Fifth Element if they miss the Orianna ult, or if the Caitlyn does not get far enough ahead early in the game. So having that Zillion ult as almost a safety blanket is going to be very helpful for this team, as the Renekton and Amumu punish, as well as the Lucian and Nami ults.
Yeah, it seems the Nami pickup was also a safety net for BAMF on this side, because say like Renekton and Amumu, they get a bad engage, or the Orianna gets a great shockwave against them. That Nami wave is a very good disengage.
It's almost instantaneous, and it will provide a slow afterwards, which will give her team plenty of time to get out, reset, and prepare to re-engage. Alrighty, as we head into the game, now that we've seen the team comps, what are your predictions?
At this point, I'm really liking Calapilla's team comp. It has very good early game, specifically with the Lucian in the bot lane, as well as very good dive and escape potential.
There's a lot of that, as well as we could see a couple of Echo ult cheeses to get back to lane, which could provide a lot of pressure on the Orianna, who would really like to get to teamfight phase as soon as possible. But Capilla's team comp would seem to like almost delaying the team fight for a long time, as all of their lanes are going to apply significant pressure to their opponents and prevent things like roaming and grouping, because they will punish for towers if Fifth Element decides that they're going to end the laning phase and group.
I see.
Capilla has a lot of potential here to just absolutely steamroller, but that's not to count Fifth Element out. They certainly have a very strong team fight. If Capilla were to group up too soon, or group up too soon and allow Fifth Element to get a couple of great team fights under their belt, we could very easily see this game swing so far into Fifth Element's control that there's nothing that Capilla will do, and it'll just snowball out of control.
They do have to worry about that. Grouping too soon will cause them potentially the game if they group too soon too often.
Yep, absolutely. One team fight.
Also, it's not
you
Fifth
can come back
Element,
from.
it's Fifth Spectrum.
Man, I'm getting all sorts of things wrong tonight.
Thanks for pointing that out, Flam. He's on you tonight, man. You gotta
Flam is my fact checker, man. He was, you know what he is? He's a turncoat. No, I'm kidding. Flam. he had to get saved by Snowflake.
He's the jungler.
Oh, Penelope. Well, he's still gonna get saved by Snowflake, I'm sure. If they win, he got saved by his whole team.
I don't know, man. He showed a strong presence last year, but we don't know the situation, so let's just focus on the who's in the game.
Sure. Let's go with that.
It's been a long time since I've seen a Xin Zhao in game, so also looking forward to that. Hopefully Penelope can pull it off quite well.
Last time I saw Xin Zhao in game, I remembered seeing his spear kill me about 12 times. It was not a fun game.
You sure?
Yeah. Xin Zhao was literally every single one of my deaths. He was pretty much all of his team's kills as well. Alrighty, and as we get into the loading screen, once my loading screen decides to load, man, I appreciate Flam for pointing out that they're Fifth Spectrum and not Fifth Element, but I feel like I'm going to call them Fifth Element anyway. I've been doing it too much. But for Fifth Spectrum, we are going to have Hoser in the top lane, Penelope in the jungle, Snowflake Gecko in the mid lane, Kidlat at ADC, and Icarus Feather at support. And on the other side for BAMF, we are going to have the McSwagwalk brothers, Donut in the top and Muffin in the jungle, Daicha Yama at mid lane, the Golden Kappa at ADC, and John Foolery at support.
I'm liking all the mastery ranks in this game.
I am liking the amount of mastery ranks too, as we see mastery rank 7 on 3 of the members of 5th Spectrum, and as well as on, on BAMF. Capilla, that's the name. I know the name.
Uh-huh.
Shh. Shh. Don't patronize me.
I'll always patronize you. It's my job.
It's half of your job.
Well, okay, there the game finally starts.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was
like, did we pause before we even hit 1 second? Well, I'm gonna do it on stream. What's the button to see items?
Hit O.
There we go. Ah, magic. Alright, we see a pretty standard line from 5th Spectrum coming out as we head into the map, but it definitely looks like we might be seeing an invade from the side of BAMF.
They were spotted out by the ward, but they just seem to be going back to their standard line.
Yep, they're just going to be heading back to their lines. It looks like Mumu is going to be starting on the red buff side, as well as the Xin Zhao starting on his red buff. Interesting buff start for a Mumu. Typically you would, in fact, he's sitting near the chickens. So you almost wonder what his plan is there, starting over by the chickens instead of at the blue
alone
buff.
unless the Renekton comes back to red buff, which is very likely. Well,
It'll be very interesting. Renekton heading top lane. Renekton heading top lane. A very interesting start for a Mumu. Not quite sure how that's going to work. Being a past a Mumu jungler.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, I haven't jungled enough. I haven't jungled enough since Riot changed the jungle for the millionth time.
He seems to be handling it quite easily.
Yes, he does. He does seem to handle it quite easily as Xin Zhao picks up his red buff. Also without trouble, but that did give a slight head start to the BAMF bot lane as they got a couple early minions. Caitlyn with Grasp of the Is that Grasp of the Undying? No, that is not Grasp of the Undying. I don't know what I'm saying. I see red lines and I think Grasp.
I see.
Do you take Corrupting Potion with Nautilus top lane?
A lot of tank top laners do nowadays. It's hard, not always, but a lot of times, yes. Oh, find the bot lane, however. Oh, Nami missing the bubble. Potential kill if it had landed.
Although Kidlet seeming to stay, choosing not to use his health pot. Does still have heal available.
There was quite a bit of poke put back onto the Lucian during that fight, so it wasn't a completely clean fight. But now they're really letting
Lucian's going to go ahead and dash onto the Zillion. Oh, the Nami bubble, that's going to be first blood. Although Caitlyn trying to get the return kill onto Lucian, exhaust was burned by Nami. Oh, and the flash for the... Oh, but Lucian gets that double kill. That auto just a little too late on the flash to save Caitlyn's life. So that will be a double kill.
We might see something here out of the McSwag Walk Bros.
Let's see the McSwag Bros. Can they do it? Oh, absolutely. That is going to be a flash by McSwag.
Here we go.
Oh, and Nautilus with the return kill.
For the Amumu kill.
Maybe some miscommunication as Donut walked away, while Muffin just went ahead and flashed straight in to that fight and
you have to
took a Nautilus under turret.
Stun. out of Nautilus.
So much CC out of Nautilus, especially because he was level 3. He had 2 stuns and a slow available, as well as a shield. You have to respect that. Lucian spending that first blood gold quite nicely, picking himself up a Vampire Acceptor and a longsword.
Taking a lot of poke in mid. Oh, but Penelope's spotted out trying to steal Krugs.
Trying to steal some Krugs there, but the Nautilus is going to give a try. Oh, and we're going to see a dive, and that is going to be the Xin Zhao's life.
Man,
as the
top
Renekton
players
once
without
again.
playing the junglers so far.
Man, Jungler's just not understanding how a stun works.
Thinking they can do more than they can at the current state of the game.
Caitlyn walking a little close to Nami, taking some poke in the bottom lane.
Oh,
And we have a pause. Alrighty.
lagging claim from Caitlyn.
Alrighty, well, guess we're gonna wait until that's sorted out. Most likely a relog will be happening.
So, out of these first 5 minutes, what do you think of these first 4 kills?
They listened to me. I'm happy. So many kills.
It's true. We're definitely having a kill game so far. Let's hope they keep it up and keep it entertaining.
I like it entertaining. So that Xin Zhao, he already has his Razor completed,
That he
or
does.
his Skirmisher's Saber, as well as multiple control wards. So definitely looking to play a more burst the heck out of you type of jungler and get a lot of vision in the most likely the rivers of the jungle.
Does appear to be the case.
While we do have the Lucian, he spent that first blood gold to get miles ahead of Caitlyn. She only has boots, and Lucian's 2 kills and 17 CS lead has managed to purchase himself an entire Vampire Acceptor and Longsword. So definitely heading towards the new Bork, which is much more popular with ADCs nowadays, since they nerfed its no longer having an active.
Okay. Unpause. Happy, so we're resuming the game.
Here we go.
Hopefully the lag has cleared up for the Caitlyn so we can start seeing some more entertaining fights in the bot lane.
Yeah. Or at least, more two-sided fights.
This is true. Not so one-sided.
Meanwhile, Nautilus went ahead and backed top lane. And not sure what he's going to buy. Maybe chit-chatting with his teammates about that.
Does appear to be thinking about it quite hard. Imagine choosing to stay, to farm out a bit more. Probably wants to buy that more expensive damage item.
Nautilus was waiting in base to afford his Bami's Cinder. Most likely just going to go straight for their Sunfire Cape, as that is the Nautilus top's general first item.
And it's still a very good item against Renekton.
Yes, it is very strong against Renekton, but even if he were against AP, most Nautiluses still build Sunfire Cape regardless of the matchup for that nice passive that helps farm minions.
You've got a really tanky...
Oh, the stun on Lucian. Here we go.
Hard
And the
by
exhaust
itself.
as well, and that is going to be a kill for Caitlyn. Xin Zhao was there, but not needed, as Lucian probably just told his Nami to go ahead and leave, because he was as good as dead.
Yeah, it looks like the Xin Zhao was messing around with the Nami to make sure she couldn't intervene.
Definitely, and with Nami without ult, she had absolutely no business walking in.
Echo nearly getting solo killed by the Orianna in mid. But
He definitely
it's
is
out.
taking a lot of poke.
Hoser having some fun.
Alright, we have a wet noodle fight top lane.
Renekton
Renekton,
has
who
ult.
has
Hoser
ult,
does
is going to
not.
burn it, or is going to use it, excuse me. There's fire burning.
Burning
I like
the
Brian.
sea creature.
And he
wins.
is going to mix swag walk, taking down Hoser. Not quite sure what Hoser was thinking there.
Hoser
Definitely,
bit off more than he could chew not having his ult yet.
he initiated that fight without having ult, while knowing the Renekton had it. And you have to respect that Renekton ult gives him so much health and tank stats, as well as damage. You can't afford to fight it without your jungler nearby.
Especially with the Renekton leading with a 20-point CS lead. So he was able to get his Phage on his first pass.
And boots. He did not have boots before.
So yeah, Lucian now has Cutlass, so continuing that path.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the Echo bought a Sheen on his back, so not much AP, but there will definitely be more damage while using his spells with his melee-centered ability, or with his melee-centered attacking. And Oriana is using her lead to start building towards, most likely, her Morellonomicon, with a Lost Chapter being built.
Yes.
Not sure what Caitlyn's building. It is a pickaxe, so I'm going to assume Infinity Edge.
That tends to be a very popular start item.
Could be wrong.
That ward. Gotta love that ward.
Oh, such a dank ward placement.
Well, not even that, but just the ward skin.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oriana picking up blue buff from her Xin Zhao.
Nice guy, Zinzao, helping out the mid lane there.
I mean, he doesn't need it.
This is true.
That Oriana's winning lane. You better give it blue buff.
Amumu just continuing the rounds in the jungle. Hopefully we'll see some more plays out of him soon without dying to
Dying to Nautilus. If he dies to Caitlyn, it's fine. He just can't die to Nautilus.
So, yeah,
So at this point, Caitlyn might need some charity here pretty quick.
The bot lane of Kalapatilla is definitely keeping FeS Spectrum pushing quite well. There's not a whole lot that Caitlyn and Zillion can do in this lane so far.
Definitely not.
Oh,
And Amumu finding Xin Zhao in his jungle, and he says, "No, that is my jungle, and I'm going to call my big old crocodile over here." But Oriana was there, so it's just going to go into a stalemate, and everybody's going to go back to their lanes.
A lot of pink ward clears already in this game. Both these teams valuing that vision quite a bit.
You just identified your age. Pink wards.
They're still pink wards.
I call them pink wards too. I call them pink wards too. I will always say clearing a pink.
You're a support main.
Yeah. Well, I'm no longer a support. I'm a mid lane now.
Ooh,
oh, Oriana!
Close here.
Oriana taking down the Echo solo. Man, not sure what the Echo was thinking there. I mean, that's been the story of most of these kills. Not sure. Oh, Nami Wave into bubble. That's going to hit. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful Lucian ultimate. And the flash. Oh, but the Zillion ultimate saves her.
Amumu, however.
Beautiful.
And
meanwhile, top lane.
Oh, but here's the Caitlyn ult.
Renekton is just...
Get out.
Renekton almost killing Nautilus as well, but deciding not to use his ultimate. Saving it most likely for a P play. Renekton backing, he got his Kindle Gem, so he's gonna be hitting people even faster. We also have the Amumu finally getting his Stalker's Blade.
And Echo having his Hextech Revolver.
Yep. Not gonna lie, I forget what item that is. I don't play any mages that go towards that.
Oriana picking up the Morellonomicon.
Absolutely.
And her All right.
And yeah, there you go. Her first trinket upgrade since this game has started. Oh, we have Lucian with his Berserker's Greaves as well, and a dagger. So, still going down the Borg path, but took a slight deviation to finish off his boots. Go even faster, because you gotta go fast.
Caitlyn picking up the bow.
And a refillable potion.
Because, you know, when you use a rifle, you need a bow. That's just how this works.
That's how it works. Never question Riot. Ever.
Nah, never.
Nami gonna go ahead and clear that control ward bot. Get vision back of the Tribe Rush. Zillion has his Frostfang as well as his Sightstone. And also a refillable potion. So refillable potions being seen in the bot lane now. Oh, and we have a Mumu flashing and ulting the Oriana. Trying to get some kills for the Echo. Oh, and they are going to do it as Echo is able to finish the kill with his E.
Well, when you know you're going to be taking a lot of...
Oh, but you got a Xin Zhao.
There we go.
Poking the Amumu. Using ultimate, flashing. This is probably going to be his life. Absolutely. As there were 4 members of BAMF there.
Taking it back to refillable potions. When you know you're going to be taking a lot of poke, they're actually quite worth it.
I think Caitlyn and Zillion have found that out, as they have already died once each to that bot lane. Although now that Zillion has ult, they have been doing a considerably better job. Oh, that's going to be an Earth Drake.
Yep.
That will be completed on the side of BAMF.
as well as Renekton pushing the Nautilus out once again.
That Nautilus, he's in a bad way.
Yeah. Support Vision fight.
Absolutely. And that is going to be, in my book, that's worth for the Nami, because a control ward actually costs money.
This is true.
Granted, Zillion made half of his money back by taking out Nami's ward. Oh, Xin Zhao in the bot lane. Probably dashing to the wrong target there. Should have dashed to the Nami, who did not have a dash out and was already taking a considerable amount of damage. That would have been a kill on her, and then they could have potentially even gotten the Lucian after that, because Nami would not have been able to heal the Lucian.
Echo's got his Hextech Proto Belt, and Nautilus has his Sunfire Cape. With Renekton picking up Black Cleaver at the same time as Nautilus getting his Sunfire Cape. So this is going to make it still in Renekton's favor with the Armor Pen. Or
especially because Renekton also now is going for what looks like a Hex Drinker with his Longsword and Null Magic Resist Cloak, which will swing it infinitely in his favor, as Nautilus's only damage sources are AP. Echo clearing out that control ward on his bottom riverside. A lot of vision control battles going on between these two teams.
Very nice to see two teams well devoted to vision, because vision leads to wins, but can also lead to losses with lack thereof.
Yep, and definitely, I would say 5th Spectrum has a lot better coverage of the bottom side of the map than they do the top side.
There hasn't been a lot of focus from the junglers on the top side much this game past the first few minutes.
Yeah, and both were mistakes from the junglers, so I could understand why you wouldn't want to go back. Amumu is sitting in that top brush, and he's going to go on the Orianna. Orianna noticing
and trying to bait it out there, but
just going to be
ain't playing that game.
Oh, Amumu ulting. And Echo is going to be looking for a stun here. Not going to get it. Orianna might go down as the Echo flashes forward for the kill, but will be giving a return kill to the Orianna.
Lucian finishing off the board.
Orianna going.
Picking up by a lot. So she doesn't want the ghost this match.
Orianna finishing her Sorcerer's Shoes, while we have the Proto Belt. We saw the Proto Belt used from Echo, which is a typical build. And the Renekton ultimate is going to take down the Xin Zhao.
He is not carrying as a 2v1. He's like, I will fight this fight, and I will win.
And he will win, as he gets the double kill on the Nautilus.
Renekton getting quite far ahead this game, already 4-0.
Absolutely demolishing the Nautilus top lane right now. Lucian did complete his Bork a little while back, so he does have that going for him now. A very strong item for ADCs now early in the game, as it does grant a considerable amount of damage, attack speed, and lifesteal. More than it used to with the removing of the active.
Orianna is not letting this Echo have any fun.
Lucian going to be dashing onto the Zillion. Zillion might have to pop ultimate. He needs to make sure that he dies. And that is the heal out of Caitlyn. That is going to be her life, as Lucian does ult for the kill. And the Nami heal will save his life, as without it, he most definitely would have fallen.
Caitlyn finished off her Hurricane, so instead of going naive first, she chose to go Hurricane.
I mean, she is behind CS, over 50 CS behind. She doesn't need to start CSing, she needs to get those headshots. Unfortunately, if you lack the damage, it's not going to matter much. But I can't really fault the Hurricane build here, or the Hurricane rush.
Working her way towards a more passive, I'm going to go split farm later in the game build.
Absolutely. Or I will sit at the back and auto in team fights, and then scream, "There, I'm helping!"
What, you mean that's not normal AD carry behavior?
I mean, unless you're Misfortune or Twitch, then you're just like, surprise! You're dead.
Oh, here they come towards the Orianna, probably trying to take out their blue team's strong member.
Blue team's only Fed member, having very high farm by over 50 from the next highest person on her team. as well as the most kills. So Orianna definitely was, you know, definitely going to struggle here to bring this team back in.
A lot of damage able to come out of BAMF in this game already.
Absolutely.
Even without the Renekton.
So if you're Fifth Spectrum, how you get back in this game, at this point you have lost all solo lanes. There's nothing you can do. You need to group up when you see one of the lanes back, and you need to force an objective. You need to force BAMF to group on you, and you need to win a team fight. If you can do those things, you're going to start coming back in this game. You also definitely
soon with another dragon spawning.
You also definitely do not want BAMF to keep getting dragons or Baron, which is coming up in just a couple minutes. And if Fifth Spectrum were to lose a team fight, that is a very real possibility that we could be seeing.
If it kept the Nami, but multiple ults already used.
Zilean ult going to be popping on the Xin Zhao, as he is going to be going down anyway to the Golden Kappa. And we see a teleport channeling. Oh, we have Nautilus teleporting as well, but he is teleporting. He's just going to have to cancel it, knowing that his Orianna and his Xin Zhao have already died, and his Caitlyn is nowhere near being able to help. And that is exactly what you didn't want to happen, was losing a team fight and losing an Infernal Drake. You're going to be in a very, very bad spot.
Has done a very good job of showing how objective-oriented they are this game. They have gotten both dragons, they've gotten all the towers being taken, while also winning the micro-play in games.
They have shown that they absolutely deserve to be considered a threat this season at this point. They have done nothing but dominate this game from start to finish. They have set the tone. Other than that, you know, slight mistake by Muffin McSwagwalk early in the game. But they set a very fast-paced tone. They said, we're going to stay in our lanes, and we're going to just obliterate your laners, and then you're not going to group, and we're just going to rotate and take all of your turrets, as they're doing right now, as they have lost their bot lane, mid lane, and very soon to be top lane outer tier turrets.
Ripthero returns to the void, and Baron comes in 10 seconds. They might try to rotate there, or just push out Fifth Spectrum even farther before attempting it.
If I was BAMF, I would rotate on mid lane, catch out that Zilean and Orianna, kill them, take Baron.
Also in recent times, Echo has picked up his Lich Bane, and Renekton has picked up his Ghostblade. Both
Lucian also got a Phage. A Phage and a Forbidden Idol. Or a Phage from him and a Forbidden Idol from Nami, so Nami's heals have just become 10% stronger. Add some muscles on that trident.
Oh, and Lucian picked up the Black Cleaver as well, so...
Lucian did pick up the Black Cleaver just now.
Coming out of BAMF so far.
Did we comment on the Yomus from the Renekton as well as the Merc Treads?
Hey man, he's gotta get in their face somehow.
Oh yeah, and those Merc Treads are just gonna make him sticky, and he is not going to leave people alone. As we see a fight erupting, Zilean ultimate is going to pop on the Xin Zhao, but there's nothing really his team can do to save him, as there is a Renekton. Oh, a great shockwave coming out. But the kill is going to go to Zilean. That's not the best, but that is a shutdown, and that is a critical shutdown that you need. You need to start getting gold on your team so you can start coming back from this.
This also
was a good shockwave.
Calipila from continuing this fight and taking out more of Fifth Spectrum.
It does, as they have lost their primary tank, as a Mumu has not gotten... He's getting there. He's absolutely getting to the tanky world, but he's only got tank health-wise right now. He needs to get some resistances on there before he can really frontline and never die.
We've yet to really have a fight out of Fifth Spectrum where they've had the Nautilus. I'm curious to see what will happen once they actually have the full team there.
Once they actually fight 5v5.
And is Nautilus going to be in the non-killable position at that point?
Lucian blowing up the Xin Zhao as he does attempt to save Orianna's life, and he does indeed save it. But Orianna chunking that Lucian quite low, but Nami heals are very strong right now. That Forbidden Idol, coupled with that extremely powerful W, it heals at its 5th level, roughly around 460 health, with her base AP scaling as well as base heal. So add 10% to that, you're getting almost 500 to 550 points of health
Calipella is currently grouping 4 mid while sending a Renekton to split their top, forcing FeS Spectrum to send Nautilus up there. So once again, they will not have their tank.
Which is definitely something that BAMF wants to prioritize. The Nautilus is... That is going to be 5 members top. That is going to be the Nautilus Flash. She's going to live. And Xin Zhao going to go ahead and ult the Amumu.
And there goes the Nautilus. Already
there goes the Nautilus.
Taken down.
That was an immediate burst. It was a good commit and a good fight, or a good skirmish, I should say, for BAMF, as it wasn't really a fight. Echo did complete his Lich Bane a little while back, so his attacks are now very strong. Orianna going to go ahead and have to flash out. The Zilean ult is on her, though, so maybe didn't need to burn flash, and unfortunately that Zilean ult will go unused for the most part.
Slight miscommunication, but also when you're in the middle of the battle, a lot of times you don't notice things like that. You're just like, I gotta get out.
You just start flashing. Nautilus buying 2 cloth armors and a Giant's Belt, so guarantee you he's going for Randuin's Omen.
As what he's facing, it's not a bad pickup.
No, it's not, especially considering he has both a Renekton and Lucian, who are the 2 most fed team members of BAMF.
Donut
both doing it
in the mid lane, just not caring about the Xin Zhao at all.
Just kind of walking around, doing his thing, using up all the cones in the jungle, just like nom nom. And we have another dragon spawning in about 30 seconds, and BAMF will most likely want to go ahead and take that, just so they take away any hope of FeS Spectrum.
And talking about those Nami heals, she has picked up a redemption.
Well, that's an even stronger heal as well as an active heal. Nami is healbot confirmed.
Also a dragon in 5 seconds, so we're going to start seeing groupings around there.
Indeed, as we see Penelope is on the bottom riverside. Oh, and Donut McSwag Walkie is just going to poke him a little bit, remind him that he exists, and dodge those nice Zilean bombs. Zilean has been on point with those bombs for the most part this game, other than dashes and flashes, dodging.
Has landed quite a few Zilean bomb stuns, which is a fairly hard stun to land, because you have to land 2 abilities to get it.
Unfortunately, BAMF is going to pick up their second Mountain Drake, which will make their push even harder to stop.
Force the flash out of Xin Zhao.
Indeed, they did force. Xin Zhao's flash was forced in that fight. Zilean going towards a Morella Nomicon, actually, with a Fiendish Codex and a Lost Chapter being picked up. That is going to be in the mid lane, a turret falling, and the Redemption going down from the Nami, and that is going to be Penelope going down, as well as the Nautilus very short after. Oh, but a nice stun by Zilean. But unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough, as BAMF is just so far ahead, and they chose to fight. FeS Spectrum's biggest problem there. They chose to fight without their Orianna. She is by far their strongest member, with 193 CS and 2 kills. And has a Luden's Echo. And that was a perfect shockwave, that entire fight. But since they decided to fight without her there, they did not even have a chance in that fight, as they were just picked off one by one and obliterated by the side of Capilla. And that is going to cost them 3 turrets instead of 1 as well, because since 4 of their members died, they were able to just rotate and get the top and bottom inner turrets.
Right, yeah, Renekton has spent most of this game split pushing for the outer turrets, and he has done a phenomenal job keeping both top and bot pushed up hard against FeS Spectrum.
And forcing FeS Spectrum to send their Nautilus, their only tank, in response. which
Redemption's
stops them from
finally
fighting.
showing some respect to the Oriana picking up the Spirit Visage. So not only does he get the MR, but some slight healing as well.
Healing buffs. Even more healing.
Yes. And Lucian has the rapid fire cannon now, so he's really
Does have a rapid fire cannon and a longsword, so most likely, I don't know, but I'm going to speculate a bloodthirster is in his future.
His burst is becoming quite scary.
Caitlyn only having 2 items of her Infinity Edge completed, 2 parts, and they are the cheapest 2 parts, unfortunately.
Amumu finishing his Randuin's Omen, so really starting to become tanky there.
Yeah, and also picking up the Spectre's Cowl, so we might also see a Spirit Visage out of him as he has the Spectre's Cowl and the Kindle Gem for it. Oh, and we have a fight going, whereas Nautilus, wow, just so many ults burned right away, the bubble landing on Penelope.
They can't even kill Nami.
Yep, and Zillion ult will go onto Penelope, but it's not going to be enough, it's not going to do much, as Zillion will also be the second target to fall. Nautilus going down quickly after that. At this point, if you're 5th Spectrum, can you even do anything? I mean, at this point, the base is a nut and it shall not crack.
They have to turtle at this point and do all they can. But
and a nice shockwave from Oriana, but with no follow-up.
Without those
no kills
front
can come
lines,
from it.
they just have to let this go.
They're just going to have to lose the inhibitor, which means that the nut has been cracked. Which means that it will be extremely hard, if even possible, for 5th Spectrum to get back into this game.
And here goes Calipilla rotating towards Baron after that, because with a lot of 5th Spectrum just now respawning, it's either a really good bait to take him out again and win the game, or pick up Baron and push it in and pop him in the game.
And win the game, yeah.
Alice does have a Brennan going now, so he's going to be picky.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's most likely too little too late.
Oriana couldn't even get there in time.
So that is going to be a Baron pickup for the side of Capilla. And from here, they're probably going to reset back, buy items, and push for the win.
Lucian had bought a Last Whisper, but decided to return it instead and pick up a Quicksilver Sash.
Quality buy, quality buy. Cleanse all the stun effects that a Nautilus could potentially do to you, that a Zillion could do to you, that even a Caitlyn trap could do to you. Fortunately, that won't help you much in an Oriana Shockwave unless you're real good with those, watching those particles. 5th Spectrum just having to deal with those super minions now. So difficult, such a taxing and time-consuming task, as they just have to burn spell after spell and a lot of time for no extra gold. But they do have to save their base, as it looks like Capilla will be sending 4 members bot with their Renekton top to split push, which will again force 5th Spectrum to make a choice. Who do they send top to stop the Renekton? Or if they decided to go right now with all 5, they could potentially get a few kills, catch Capilla off guard, and then maybe even stop the Renekton, but they're not going to do that as they send Xin Zhao to try and stop that. He is just so far outclassed. Just the Renekton passive damage on his ult is going to be taking him down. Done it, McSwagwalk. Just walking all over him. He's just McSwag walking.
Yeah, now they send a Knowledge up there, but he just doesn't care about that either.
It's too little too late. Not enough damage on him with the Baron buff and playing Ring Around the inhibitor. Yeah, Zillion's going to be going down.
Like Calipilla is just taking everything from winning this game.
That is all 3 inhibitors down on the side of 5th Spectrum. There is a Nautilus, a Caitlyn, and an Oriana, but with 3 waves of Baron-empowered super minions walking in,
this looks like, yes, this is going to be it.
This is going to be the first game of Season 2 in the Rising Summoners League, going commandingly to the side of Capilla as they win with almost a 20k gold lead. Wow, that is absolutely staggering.
Yes.
Absolutely staggering.
Quite well done.
Excuse me, I did get a message from one of my friends, so I had to let him know that I'm shoutcasting.
Oh yes, I also got that message.
Ah, yes. Good old epic shots. Anywho, outtakes from that game. It was not necessarily a bad game on the side of Fifth Spectrum. In fact, it was very well played. Unfortunately, they did exactly what we said they couldn't do. They let their opponents dictate the speed of the match, and they let their opponents stay in their lanes and just pick them off and get fed at their leisure and push them in constantly, where they were forced to farm under tower, which is a notoriously hard thing to do.
It is quite a difficult thing to do.
And then when they were far enough ahead that they were confident that they could just easily defeat their team fight, they just grouped up, rotated, and pushed for the win. So not a bad fight at all, and hopefully Fifth Spectrum learns a lot from this game and comes back when they will face Capilla again with an even stronger team for their rematch. And, you know, I'll say this generously, crush them into the dirt.
No, they definitely had strong points on their side as well.
Oh, they did. The Oriana Shockwaves, the Zillion Bombs, they were all on point for the most part, but without follow-up being available from their teammates because they were just so far behind. It was a very unfortunate set of circumstances for them.
It did
Capilla
become
just
difficult for them. This is true.
Capilla just knew their comp better, knew what they had to do to win, and just used it to the fullest of its advantages. Plus, 20k gold lead does help. Helps a considerable amount.
Most certainly.
All right, as we have a little bit of downtime here before our second game, which will feature Tastes Like Purple versus the Dignified Aristocratic Gentleman.
Of course,
I apologize,
Dignified.
I apologize, Dignified Aristocratic Gentleman. But yes, I am slightly biased because Tastes Like Purple is a very good meme and inside joke of both Gavin and myself, as well as with a lot of our friends. So I will be slightly biased towards their name, but maybe not towards their team. Say you beat Tastes Like Purple, we'll become big fan.
Well, Tastes Like Purple does have the rank 2 jungler from last season, but the Gentlemen do have the rank 3 top laner from last season.
Oof.
So
we're going to see
very
another
high
jungle
rated
dive under tower and die.
However entertaining that would be to see again, hopefully not.
I mean, we already saw it twice. 3 times isn't too much to ask, right? Maybe before the night's over. Maybe not in this next game. Let it begin. Let it begin. As we wait for an invite for the next game.
So, since we're waiting, does anyone in the chat have any good jokes? Can you make me laugh tonight?
Oh, well, I lost already if we're doing that.
Ha.
Man.
Man.
Man. We should get Herb in here to do his man.
Oh gosh. Not the hermit. What did the boy volcano say to the girl volcano? What did they say, Panther?
I don't know what they said.
I lava you. Pretty good one, pretty good one. Well, since you're in the upcoming match, how's the team doing?
And if you say bad, I will appreciate your honesty and say, why did you say that?
It's from a Laffy Taffy. I agree, they do have the best jokes. It's hard to beat a Laffy Taffy joke. Oh gosh. Please no. Oh, Mr. Gosh, no. Gosh, no.
Whomstev. I'll spell it.
Alright.
WHOMST apostrophe D apostrophe VE. Ta-da! I mean, you typed it for me right there.
Oh, here we go. Invite from Panther.
Oh, did I get in? Oh, I'm not invited to the party.
Ha, get wrecked.
Ah, it's a sad day. Fine, I'll just sit here in a corner and cry myself to sleep.
Good.
Okay.
Waha.
Meh. Tastes Like Purple has Ron Weasley.
They do. I was about to point that out. They also have Toad Knuckles.
But Ronald Weasley!
Oh,
How dare you steal that car!
I don't know. Ron Weasley doesn't seem to like you.
Sad face.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm very easy to find in game because my name is in my league name. You, however, yes, Nico. Nico
Am I
is
not?
on board with
Am I
stealing
not?
the car.
I should just punch myself in the face. Hold on, I can fix that. Profile.
You have support from the chat on the car.
Yes! Haha!
So, cool thing about this match, we have two new teams this year. Two teams that are new this year.
Hey, Tastes Like Purple.
Oh yeah, we'll be watching for you, Nico. Don't you worry.
I will
I
make
hope to
all
see
of
some star killing.
I will make all of tech comments. I just realized that I'm terrible at typing names for League because I spent 4 tries typing Ron Weasley correctly and then noticed I was looking at the same level 1 player. So, that's been my life recently.
Yes, you are indeed being streamed. Oh, Rubber Geese. I see you are a Naruto fan. I am excited. I am quite also the Naruto fan.
Uh-oh. There can only be one.
Oh no.
Settle it in a battle to the death in the League. 1v1. Let's go.
Oh,
We'll
Rubber
put this
Geese
on
has
hold.
been famous. Oh, big shot.
Oh, we got a drama queen. Trickwidian. Okay.
Have fun, Nico, and we'll see you in the next stream match.
Yes.
So let's see. So yeah, really looking forward to see both Panther and Striker in this game.
Yeah, they seem like nice guys on the stream chat. You know, minus the fact that they all hate me.
They were the two that were ranked quite highly last season.
Hey, there we go.
Although they are on opposing sides. This would be awesome.
I mean, you got to keep it fair, right, guys? Or would you just rather all the number ones get on one team and crush y'all? Because if that's what you want, we'll stream a match. We'll get all the number ones on one team and all the lowest ranked on another team and see if those rankings are all they're cracked up to be.
I mean, that could be a very good way of testing those rankings.
It'd also be a lot of fun.
Oh,
You know.
yes.
If the underdogs pull the upset.
No, here's what you do. You get all the number ones facing all the RPL staff.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I could get behind that. I don't know if I'd rather cast or play.
So, Since I know you're over there, op.gg and all of them, is there anything interesting you would like to see played?
Well, personally, if Ron Weasley picks his Yasuo, I'm gonna knock him out. I'll
Oh.
find him. I will find him. And I will kill him. Or his FeS, because he also has FeS in here. Man! But he plays a lot of ARAM, so I do respect the ARAM. But how do you get FeS so many times in ARAM? And Oriana, my gosh!
He's a Haxor, don't you know?
He is an Haxor. Has unlimited rerolls.
Oh, Warwick and Zac bans.
Well, that... I have not found the reason why you would ban that yet. I'm
Oh,
still
Blitzy
scrolling
boy.
through everybody.
Yeah, it's a Blitzy boy.
Is damn Blitzy boy. I do see why they would want to ban the Blitzcrank.
Ah, we have a Robo player, huh?
Yes, we do. 60% win rate.
Not bad.
Not at all. Is good reason to ban the robot. Although, I'm waiting for Silver Spade 10 to bring out one of his 3 ranked champions.
Rengar. Whoa.
He's either going to play Karma, Thresh, or Morgana with 4.82, 13, or 12.0 KDAs.
All three of those will be quite exciting to see. So let's see. We also have the Rengar and the Ahri ban. So it seems like the gentlemen are target banning the jungler, in which case Panther, which I don't blame them.
Panther is seeming to be the card, the not wild card, excuse me, the trump card for Team Tastes Like Purple. As Zac and Rengar are 2 of his most played champions.
And they just let the ban go through. Interesting.
And there's the Karma! And there's Widowmaker!
Oh, a Rumble. Oh, I'm excited for that.
Please send it in the jungle.
I don't
Please.
know. I would almost like to see Striker play it.
Just send
Another
it to
Oriana.
the jungle.
Hopefully this one
Or
has
the
a
memes.
better time than the last one. Although the last Oriana
Yeah, that
did-
last Oriana.
Ooh, the new Galio.
The new Galio, and it's locked!
Question is, where's it going?
If it goes to the jungle, you'll get to finally see how good it is in there.
Oh, I've already played that.
Oh, well. Sad face.
No. Like, as soon as it came out, I played it support in jungle. You know me.
I do know you, and I heard you talking about support. Must have been too early for me to remember jungle.
Support was more fun.
I figured it would be with that infinite CC.
It's not so much infinite CC, it's just he also has a lot of poke. So let's just theoretically say the Galio is support. He's got a lot of the poke, although it has been slightly nerfed. He's got a CC, he's tank, and he's just like, I'm gonna come from this bush and come across the lane. So, have fun. Ooh, a Gnar.
Gnar, gaga!
Could be a Gnar Rumble matchup in the top lane, which would be quite interesting.
Yordles. Only one will stand, while the other will fall.
Will
Past
it be
versus
the primitive
present.
one or the highly technical one?
Yordle v Yordle, past versus present. I most recently had a game like that, where it was Gnar versus Ziggs. Don't ask me how the Gnar ended up mid lane, but he did.
Because
All
in
I
this
can say
game,
is
you can play
norms, man.
anybody, anywhere.
All I can say is norms, man. And I can also say I went 5-0 against him heading out of laning phase. So that was fun.
Oh, Lucian again. This would be quite good.
Definitely a strong pickup if they do. And a Nunu for the jungle.
Alright.
Although if it's a Nunu support, all of the memes, once again. Rumble in the jungle, Nunu support. Then we're starting to head towards a composition like we used to play.
I don't know. Hard for them to
All they're
out-meme
missing is
what
the
I
Kled.
played.
All they're missing is the Kled and the Mordekaiser.
Hey, it's hard to out-meme with that comp.
Mordekaiser jungle, Galio, old Galio mid, Kled top, Taric support, and Misfortune ADC. No one survived, except
It
us.
would be quite entertaining to see something out of one of these games.
Hey, if they do the memes and they win, I will be a very happy person. Because then we can pass the meme torch.
Ooh,
And a Twisted Fate being locked on the side of
and Caitlyn.
Tastes Like Purple and a
I'm
Caitlyn.
liking these unconventional picks. You don't see these picks very often. A lot of the picks from both teams, yet they can be very strong. Ooh, the
Tarek! Yes! The meme team! Nunu mid lane. Just let it happen.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
I would be ecstatic. Unfortunately, it is going to be
a Galio jungle. It looks.
Unfortunately, it is going to be balanced, and we are going to have Rumble in the top, Nunu in the jungle, Orianna mid, Lucian at ADC, and Tarek support against Gnar, Galio, Twisted Fate, Caitlyn, and Karma. Initial impressions, I'm thinking that we're going to have a farm fest in mid lane with a lot of Orianna poke and a ton of action in top lane if they just keep poking each other like I assume they will.
So, just looking strictly at the team comps, the gentlemen are really looking for that team fight. They have a very strong team fight with the Rumble, Nunu, Orianna, Lucian, even the Tarek ults.
And the Tarek ult.
Yeah, but then
never count Tarek out.
The Tastes Like Purple side, they have a very good pick comp. Like, if you're caught out by yourself, you're kind of screwed.
You are very dead. Although Gnar does offer a significant amount of team fight and disengage with his ult.
Galio also offers quite a bit of disengage, potential engage with his ult if you get the person placed right. So team fights are going to be very
That's what
interesting.
Gnar's for.
Yeah,
throws him right into the ult.
Galio, if Galio does it right, he can pop up right in the middle of team fight and have a mid-team fight. You're all screwed for a moment.
Yep. He could absolutely do that.
And if
that
he
would
times
be
it right, he can
very
dodge
helpful.
a lot of damage in CC since he's invulnerable for a moment.
As well as, you got that Caitlyn snipe heading your way, and Karma does offer a significant amount of team fight with her shields, stuns, and her slow on her Q with a lot of poke.
It's now really the only question left. Why did gentlemen not do their last ban?
I don't know.
Oh wow.
There is a thing with last bans tonight.
Apparently. Oh well. Hopefully it all works out for them.
Because you are the underdogs. You get no ban. Mwahaha.
No. I am really glad to see the new Galio, though. I was really hoping people would be picking him up and not just afraid to use him.
Well, as we all know, especially at lower elos, it is much less a matchup of the OP ability of a champion, how meta they are, and much more how comfortable are you on the champion. Are you very good at the champion? Does the champion fit your playstyle? The answer is yes. Congratulations. You get a cookie.
Well, now,
And if not, you lose.
we can't be making
very
promises of cookies unless you can uphold that.
Hey, if they can figure out where I live and they show up at my dorm room, I will give them a cookie. But it will be very, very disgusting. I promise them that.
Is it going to be one of your special cookies?
Absolutely.
They're not that bad.
You're supposed to agree with me that they're disgusting because now they're all going to start hunting me.
I mean, let's see, he lives in...
I will kill you. And then I'll promptly feed you to the dogs.
You don't have any.
I do have one.
Not here, you don't.
I can get him here. Unfortunately, it's getting him in here. Well, actually, no, they let him right in when he passed the front desk, so never mind.
Alright, here we go to the champion load.
I have Reese's peanut butter cups. It's a good day.
Alright, so Group B. Tastes Like Purple versus Dignified Aristocratic Gentlemen.
Yes. Unfortunately, the Gnar went to the other side. They could not have a gentleman on their team. we have Ron Weasley in the top lane, Panther in the jungle, Toe Knuckles in the mid lane, Triquadian at ADC, and Silver Spade 10 in support, and they just quickly loaded in, so I'm going to have to go faster for the other team. We have Striker, 3-2-1 on the side of Aristocratic Gentleman in top, Rubber Geese in the jungle, James B. White in the mid lane, Queef at ADC, and Big Silver Dong in the support position.
All right. So yeah, definitely people to keep an eye on will be Panther and Striker this game.
Indeed. We see Rumble picking up a Doran shield instead of a Doran's ring, so that tells me that he's going to be looking to be a little more tanky and a little less poke very early on. He's going to go less damaging on his Flame Spitter right at the start.
Love the Galio skin, however.
I do love the Galio skin. The electrified wings are going to enthrall me. Everywhere else, very standard first buys, so nothing special, which is unfortunate. I like being special.
We know.
The team knows. Yeah, very standard lineup from everybody. They're just going to all sit at their respective jungle entrances. Sadly, no invades. Hey, if anybody from the third game is watching, I'd better see an invade. I don't care if you both invade on opposite sides of the map and run a circle around the map and don't see each other. It will have been an invade, and I will have been entertained. Going to be pretty standard buff stars for both teams. Red buff on tastes like purple side, and blue buff on the Aristocratic Gentleman side. Oop. Twisted Fate and Oriana both taking a little bit of poke from each other as everybody just, goes to their early farming. This is the most boring part of the game because nothing happens except farming.
Ron,
Weasley.
Gotta give them a hand for their names.
I gotta give them a hand for their names and their team name. It's amazing. Karma throwing out that improved Q. Gonna do a lot of damage there as Caitlyn is just immediately able to follow up. Good placement by that Q, making it to where Lucian, without his dash, couldn't escape. He was either going to take the improved Q damage, which is significant, or he was going to take a headshot. Neither one is really a good thing. It's very bad. It's very, very painful. Either get shot in the head or get blown to pieces. Your choice. Actually, the Twisted Fate doing a good amount of poke early while being able to, at the same time, dodge Oriana's poke in the mid lane. Caitlyn already getting Lucian to pop one of his health pots.
How the tables have turned for the Lucian Caitlyn from the last match.
How the turns have tabled. Caitlyn just pumping in headshots to everybody. If you have a head, it's getting shot.
Oh,
Tarek taking more than a third of his health there. He's going to be chugging down a couple of his health pots there.
Caitlyn doing very good at landing the combos.
Just making sure, unload a bunch of headshots into them, then reset and go again. Just magic.
And very well done using the net to dodge the Tarek.
The Tarek stun.
Still dishing out the damage.
Would have been a very bad thing if she had gotten Tarek stunned, as Lucian would have definitely been able to dash in and get 3 or 4 auto attacks as well as a Q into Caitlyn, which would have definitely forced her to become less aggressive, which is something that she definitely does not want to do while she has the advantage here with the Lucian under his turret being forced to farm. Caitlyn doing almost the same thing again. Nunu running to the bot lane, This could be a first blood potential territory. Karma's going to shield the Caitlyn, as well as stun the Nunu, giving her that brief speed. Caitlyn's going to heal, the exhaust being used. Lucian flashing forward for the kill. Caitlyn flashing to dodge being killed. And Karma now going aggressive, going to stun the Taric. This could be a kill. Coming in on the side of... no! No kill. But a very good fight played by both sides. No kills were the result. So I say very good fight in that they both played it so well that nobody died. Ron Weasley, though, how dare you drop that low? he is gonna be forced to back there by the Rumble, as he takes a little bit more flame spitter than he can chew.
Striker definitely knowing, like, oh yeah, no, I'll fight you. Don't you worry.
Oh, absolutely. He is a Rumble, and he is early. This is when he's strongest, is when Gnar is still mini, and he has more damage as well as more tank on the Gnar. Those turns will be tabled later in the game. Rumble going the standard Rumble top build, picking up an Amplifying Tome and a Ruby Crystal, so heading for his Haunting Guise, followed by his Liandry's Torment, which will make his Flame Spitter and his ult deal much more damage and make him a much scarier person. While Rumble goes towards the Phage build, so he will be heading towards a Black Cleaver most likely. In other news, not a lot's happened. Lucian did back, and he got himself his Vampire Acceptor and his Longsword. Reminds me of a match that we just saw, heading for his Bork. Caitlyn has yet to back. She is 20 CS up on the Lucian, and not backing could cost her, as she will now deal considerably less damage than the Lucian. Oh, Orianna getting ult and immediately popping in for the Shockwave. Gonna be the yellow card, hoping to get out. He flashes, but the Nunu Ice Ball is going to secure the kill. Orianna flashing forward there, trying to get it. Most likely a little bit of miscommunication there, as the Nunu Ice Ball or the Orianna flash would have gotten the kill. Both did not need to be used there. Gnar about to go Mega, giving a little bit of poke to Rumble. Was hoping he was going to go in, but I forgot it's not as instantaneous as I'm thinking. And Nunu just gonna steal Galio's red buff there. And run away. Just Nunu things. Gnar's gonna go mini again. Rumble is back to being the lane dominant bully that he normally is. Which is unfortunate, because I don't like Rumbles when I play top lane. An amazing champion. And is balanced. He's just annoying. Caitlyn is extending her lead over this Lucian by quite a lot. She has almost 30 CS lead, and she did get her best friend's sword, as well as her boots. While Lucian's just continuing his standard Bork build and has his Cutlass now. Twisted Fate has his Hextech Revolver. What do you think he's going for? Do you think he's going for Gunblade or a Proto Belt? Personally thinking Proto Belt. We do have Nunu hanging out on the top side behind Gnar's turret. We could be seeing a gank coming in very soon, a tower dive even. And Nunu is going to go. He's charging out there. He's going to Ice Ball. slowing the Gnar. The Rumble ult is going to go down. Gnar going to try and hop away, but unfortunately it's just not going to be enough as Striker picks up a kill under turret. We are going to see that TF ult coming down as he's going to hope to get the return kill on Striker. But with that Nunu ult going down, as well as the Galio though, Galio charging in, flashing forward to taunt the Nunu, but Nunu's movement speed is going to get him out of there.
Oh, and there's the Haunting guys that you were talking about.
There is indeed a Haunting guys as well as a Blasting one, so definitely a Leandri's Torment. While Gnar did go ahead and get himself a Hex Drinker. Oh, and the Orianna Shockwave on the bot lane of Tastes Like Purple, as well as the culling coming down from the Lucian. He's going to flash that wall and pick up the kill. Karma going to go ahead and flash as well to get under turret to try and at least maybe get a kill out of this, as she will be dove by the Taric with his ult and the Lucian. The ult is going to be enough. Unfortunately, that's going to be the side of Tastes Like Purple's bot lane going down as Orianna clears a control ward for her trouble. Orianna, because of that, will most likely be able to go ahead and back and get herself her Morellonomicon. Nope, just a Fiendish Codex.
Gnar finally able to fight back a little bit.
Just a little bit. As he is Mega now, he could potentially go after the Rumble, but maybe by his previous gank experience, he doesn't want to risk going in too deep and then Nunu be behind his turret. We do see Twisted Fate has picked up a Catalyst, the Protector, which does mean that he will be moving towards a Proto Belt. Which I do have to say I respect the item. Coming out of ult, people will try to flash away from you if they weren't paying attention, or they get surprised and panic, which can end a Twisted Fate teleport gank right away. But a Proto Belt will allow him to close that distance pretty easily. Caitlyn picking up her recurve bow as well, so not sure if she's going to build her Runance first or her Infinity Edge first, while the gentlemen start the Drake. But Karma's just going to force him right off that. Both Nunu and Galio hanging out near the mid lane as Galio and Nunu get into a fight. Nunu going to be taunted. He's going to start ulting. Orianna going to ult as well. Galio going to go ahead and jump to save his life. And unfortunately, there's going to be no kills coming in from that either. Both teams playing very almost passively when they get into a fight, not wanting to use all of their abilities to engage, just in case they do start to go south and need to disengage. Which doesn't make for a bad play, it just makes for a very, very long game. And Nunu is going to once again steal Galio's red buff. How many times will he do this? Man, that Tara heal has been keeping Lucian just out of Caitlyn's reach for quite some time. Tarek being able to shield and heal his allies with his W and Q. Oh, and Nunu has just decided to go on ahead and solo the Mountain Drake for his team. Unfortunately, Galio does not provide enough quick jungle clear like Nunu does to be able to just go ahead and do that, although he has been power farming for the majority of this game. Oh, Caitlyn gonna go ahead and channel that ult, forcing the Taric flash so that the Lucian can block her ultimate. That is going to force Taric to go ahead and back. and he is going to pick up his Targon. He's going to upgrade his Relic Shield to a Targon's Brace, and this will most likely be the first turret, although Nunu is going to try and stop it, and he will, as Caitlyn is forced to heal to survive the damage coming out from the Gentleman. Nunu, meanwhile, has completed his Tracker's Knife with Cinderhulk and is going to go ahead and be ulting the Caitlyn and Karma. Karma going to go ahead and flash there. And Caitlyn getting dangerously low, and we see a TF teleporting from the bot lane. Taric ult is going to go down to try and save him, but it's not going to be soon enough. Oh, but Orianna flashes in for the return kill on the Caitlyn. Twisted Fate going ahead and getting Lucian, while Orianna returns on Caitlyn. Both Orianna and Taric ults were used, as well as the TF ultimate.
Caitlyn does end up picking up the Hurricane first out of her options.
And Lucian does complete his Bork. Rumble has completed his Leandries, and Rumble completed Leandries, and Gnar went ahead and completed his Phage. Galio also has his Rod of Ages. Still no jungle item yet, past his Talisman. And I must correct myself. We did not have a Hextech Proto Belt out of TF. We instead had the Hextech GLP 800, which is the firing the spray of icy bolts. So spray the icy bolts. So honestly, probably a better pickup. It is the least of the 3 Hextech items that I see picked up in games, but it does offer a lot of utility, as it does fire those many bolts that slow. Galio going to go ahead and stun the Taric. That is going to be the Taric dying to the Galio. Might have wanted to give that to Caitlyn, but Galio is starting to finally do some decent damage. And Karma going to go ahead and clear those control wards. Gnar going to have to teleport top lane to try and save his turret, but he teleported straight into the Rumble and Rumble and Nunu ults, and he is going to actually get the kill on the Nunu. That was some very good play by the Gnar, knowing that his Mega was almost up and knowing that he could very easily ult for a kill under tower, as both Flame Spitter, Nunu ult, and Rumble ultimates would all be dealing constant damage. And Galio's just going to go ahead and come on in for that nice little kill with his taunt and knockup. Galio, the new Galio, offering a lot more CC than his predecessor. Maybe a little less hard CC in terms of no longer having a giant taunt ultimate with massive amounts of damage.
That Chested Purple's doing a very good job of map play. They're getting around the map, they're making plays on all sides.
They're
Galio's
definitely doing a job.
Very successfully.
They are definitely doing a great job of rotating around the map, and it's almost as if Galio heard me, because I was just patronizing him a few minutes ago about not making his presence known, but now getting 2 kills under his belt, as well as 2 or 3 successful ganks as of late in the past few minutes. It has been an excellent job on his part. He has definitely done a complete 180 from what he was doing, which was next to nothing. Now he's the cause of most of the kills. As we see Karma and Caitlyn still trying to push down that mid turret. They have rotated, and Lucian and Taric have rotated to respond, while Twisted Fate was sitting in the bot lane pushing that up. And Nunu, no, he's just gonna back off. He was coming up behind that Twisted Fate in the jungle, but nothing's gonna happen there, as Tastes Like Purple really wants this mid turret. They are still moving for it, now devoting 3 members to it as Nunu split pushes bottom lane. Oriana has been busy since we last checked up on her items. She has gotten a Morellonomicon. She has finished her Sorcerer's Shoes. She's got a needlessly large rod. She is most likely heading for her Rabadons, but it could be a Looted Zeko. Rift Herald going to go ahead and despawn, and Baron is going to be coming up. Ooh, and Baron up in 10 seconds. There could be a team fight with multiple objectives taken pretty soon, if that's what they want to force. Gnar did complete his Black Cleaver as well, after backing from that nice kill, double kill, if you will, that he and Galio got. Those 2 kills that he and Galio got. And Rumble's starting to fall behind now. Still ahead in CS, but down in terms of kills, assists, as he has only been able to get a Sorcerer's Shoes and an Amplifying Tome. So Gnar definitely starting to become a larger threat.
Tastes like purple,
and tastes like purple. They're just going to take that dragon. They want that dragon. Twisted Fate building towards a Lichbane with a Sheen and Amplifying Tome. Nobody else really having too many item changes. Karma got her boots and finished her Eye of the Watchers. Tarek hasn't been back in forever, so he has no new items.
Sitting on a decent amount of gold, but Caitlyn's sitting on about 2k, so...
They are finally going to take down that outer mid, as the Caitlyn Karma and Twisted Fate push and poke forced the Gentleman to back off and concede their turret. Surprised that they didn't go ahead and call Rumble down to the mid lane, since they knew that Gnar was staying top. That they didn't call Rumble to the mid lane to go ahead and ult and engage on the 3 Taste Like Purple squishies, seeing as neither tank was with them in mid lane. But they definitely still have a chance to come back from this. They are not too far down in gold, only about 3k. And that's by no standards out of the game. That is actually very close. That is 1 or 2 kills away from being even again. Caitlyn going to be getting a lot of damage onto the Nunu, and Karma going to be stunning him. Some nice poke, Nunu. Maybe hoping to run in there and ult, but Tastes Like Purple have a lot more items and a lot more people with some farm under their belts, as well as items. So running in does not do anything anymore. Sorry, Nunu. We do have Farsights coming out of the Caitlyn, Oriana, and Lucian, as well as a sweeper on Nunu, and the upgraded sweepers on Galio and Karma. So we are seeing all of the trinkets getting replaced. Rumble has all of the components for Rylai's Crystal Scepter now, so he will be looking to be, if you will, the support Rumble. The ideal 1,000,000 status effects with every single one of my spells. You're going to be slowed, you're going to take burn damage, you're not going to escape easily. And Rumble picked himself up some Merc Treads, so he also will be shrugging off most of those slow and stun status effects. Not even caring. Tarek ult being popped there as they need to disengage. Not a whole lot else happening anywhere on the map. We just have a large group in Siege top lane, which right now seems like it will go in Tastes Like Purple's favor, as they do have more range than their opponents. And Twisted Fate actually is split pushing bottom side with no response from the Gentleman. He is going to get that inner bot turret with very little trouble. Karma has also picked up her Forbidden Idol And, oh, Karma actually getting the Taric there with that Q. Well done on her part, and that is going to be the outer turret falling, as the gentlemen now have to go into full retreat, as they only have 2 members in top lane, because they sent Orianna to push middle, and Rumble to deal with the Twisted Fate split push, which Rumble now does have his Rylai's Crystal Scepter, so he will have all those status effects, but the gentlemen definitely need to start doing something on the map. They either need to hard engage and try to stop one of these pushes by Tastes Like Purple, or they need to start finding some picks. That Twisted Fate would have been a great option, but they were trying to defend top, or they're going to quickly run into a situation, the same situation that that fifth, golly, their name escapes me, Fifth Spectrum faced, where they just got snowballed. Man, you are quiet now, Gavin. Shh, are you? Ah, you are hunting rabbits, I see. Huge team fight erupting, multiple ultimates being popped as Ron Weasley is going to be going down to the Lucian. The Galio getting the return kill on Taric. Caitlyn picking off the Nunu and the Lucian as Rumble kills Galio, making this exchange in the favor of Tastes Like Purple of 3 for 2. Tastes Like Purple losing both their tanks, but keeping all of their damage dealers alive, while unfortunately the side of the Gentlemen lost both their tanks as well as their ADC. So that was a good fight on the part of the Gentlemen. They started off very well. Unfortunately, we don't have replay. Blowing multiple ults on the side of Tastes Like Purple, and then setting up a great Orianna Shockwave, but unfortunately there just wasn't enough follow-up, as the Rumble ult had already been used to just negate a lot of the follow-up damage that could have been dealt there. And I don't know if there was a Taric ult or not, but it looks like there was not a Taric ult available, which was unfortunate and most likely led to most of the deaths on the side of the Gentlemen. Tastes Like Purple just going to go ahead and pick up the Rift Scuttler, as well as most likely the Drake that is alive, as they move to take that Ocean Drake. It is going to fall very quickly thanks to their Infernal Drake, and they will pick it up with little to no issue. With another Ocean Drake going to be spawning in about 6 or so minutes. Rumble, however, is split pushing topside, and he is now at the inner turret, so Gnar is going to be teleporting down there to stop that. And Twisted Fate is going to be getting the inner middle inhibitor tower. And the fight is starting to erupt. Taric ult is going down. It only hits 2 members. The Orianna Shockwave, though, was amazing, and it hits Karma. The Galio ult is going to be enough to get the Nunu. The Taric dropping extremely low in the backline, but unfortunately, the members of Tastes Like Purple are just too low to fight, as the Rumble Flash, as well as the Flame Spitter and the Lucian Dash, are going to be enough to seal the fate of Caitlyn and end her. So a 1 for 2 on the part of the Gentlemen. They are doing they have done exactly what I said they needed to do. They have grouped. They've started initiating fights. They've started stopping those pushes on the side of Tastes Like Purple, and they're starting to come back in this one. They're still about 5k down, so they are going to have to keep taking these fights, keep winning these fights, keep stopping these pushes. But hopefully, if they keep doing what they're doing, and that is winning fights, they should get back in this pretty quickly. So still a very interesting game. Still could go to either side. Tastes Like Purple up for the moment with an Ocean and Flame and Fire Drake, as well as about, as I said, a 4.8 to 5k gold lead. But they are grouped with 3 members in mid, trying to push down this outer turret. With their Rumble, once again, split pushing the top side. And although Nunu this time is hanging around, he's being a sneaky person up there. But it looks like he's been called mid by his team. Oh no. I'm just stupid. He's jungling.
I mean,
Oh well.
he is the jungler. That's what they tend to do.
Shh. Forgot Nunu metas were jungle now. Man, it's been a while since I've updated items clearly because they have a lot more. Gnar picked up his Frozen Mallet. Rumble picked himself up a Void Staff as well as finished his boots into the Sorcerer's Shoes. So he will be doing a lot of damage as well as ignoring most all of his enemy's magic resistance, which will negate Gnar's Hex Drinker and Merc Treads as well as Galio's Abyssal Scepter and Merc Treads. And we have another fight, so I'm going to have to update later as Twisted Fate is going to be the victim of Rumble's new and improved build with much AP and a lot of MR ignoring, as he just melts Twisted Fate with his Flame Spitter. Twisted Fate finally got his Lich Bane. He has a Fiendish Codex as well as a Seeker's Arm Guard, so going for Zhonya's now. I was correct on the Orianna. She did move her Ninsular Draught into a Luden's Echo. Tarkle going to be popped here. Galio going to be ulting. Redemption coming down from Karma. Gnar going to be shutting down the Rumble. Karma going to Mantra Shield everybody out of that fight as Galio did dropping exceptionally low and had to flash out. But a good return kill on the side of Tastes Like Purple. Caitlyn just ripping into the enemy team. Just trying to seal that kill. Karma going to be killing the Taric with her Mantra Q.
Well, Gnar split pushing 5. They gotta make plays all over this field.
They have been making plays all over this map, but unfortunately, that's what seems to be the problem for Gentlemen. Although they are starting to get good fights, Tastes Like Purple is doing it with 4 members, doing these fights with 4 members, and are forcing objectives on in other places on the map. And now they're just going to go ahead and turn to Baron, saying they have a lot of members that just act, they're all low, their Rumble was dead, so there's no Rumble ult to worry about. We can take Baron, and that is exactly what they do, as they now have it on all 5 members, and they're all 5 very healthy. Nunu did pick up his Spirit Visage, and Rumble picked up a Blasting Wand as well as an Amplifying Tome while he backed. Gnar finished off his Maw Malmortius finally, and it looks like Galio is going to be heading towards a Spirit Visage as well, as he has a Spectre's Cowl built. Twisted Fate completed his Zhonya's. Orianna also heading for her Zhonya's, as she has a Seeker's Arm Guard and Amplifying Tome. Caitlyn finishing off her Infinity Edge. Lucian has his Black Cleaver as well as a Pickaxe, so most likely also heading towards his Infinity Edge. The Lucian ult going to be doing nothing as Gnar is able to go Mega and the Karma Shield pops down. Gnar has become sufficiently tanky as he starts dealing out some good damage with his Q whilst taking all of the poke from the enemy team. And there's going to be a fight top lane as Galio taunts the Nunu. Caitlyn just dealing massive amounts of damage, going to go ahead and snipe at him. Karma going to stun from the other side. There's just nowhere for Nunu to go as Caitlyn finishes off the kill. This Caitlyn,
Purple are exhibiting great macro play this game.
Very good macro and also just very good mechanics. They understand how their comp works again. They just know Gnar can split push. Galio's a great team fighter. Caitlyn needs to sit in the back line and just pew 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 everybody. Karma needs to deal massive amounts of damage, and Twisted Fate has to poke. And unless their team is low or we have a numbers advantage, we can't fight. And they've been doing that to perfection. For the most part, they have had their screw-ups, absolutely. And those were the fights that went in the favor of the Gentlemen. And Caitlyn, again, just ripping off shots. Orianna getting an amazing shockwave, though, forcing Caitlyn to flash out, but Karma's Mantra Shield is going to make sure that she does not fall. As Gnar's Mega also helps cover her escape. Lucian going to be using the culling to try and clear these Baron empowered minions.
Last game, they're taking everything before
they have taken all 3 inhibitors now, and they have Baron empowered minions that will be walking into the base. Taric is still dead for another 10 seconds, so he will respawn in time to help defend the base. But will it be enough as almost most of the critical ults on actually every ult except Nunu's has been used on the side of the Gentleman, whereas almost all of the ults on the side of Tastes Like Purple are available. That's going to be the Redemption coming down. That's Gnar taking down the turret. They are on to the Nexus now. Gnar's going to take down Nunu for style. They are just going to go ahead and wipe the team. Twisted Fate taking down Taric. Lucian going to be falling to the Caitlyn in just a very commanding fashion at the end of that game.
Well played. It looked like Purple.
It looked like it could go either way for a very long time, and for a long while. The Gentlemen were only down about 3 or 4K. At one point, they were about 5K down, but they weren't ever really far behind until that team fight that they just stayed too long in the jungle. They got a kill on the Galio. That's great. You got a kill. Now you need to back away because you have a Gnar at full health and almost mega coming down from top lane that you see. You need to respect that he will have mega and that you are in the jungle corridors and that your ADC, mid lane, and top lane are all pretty low and that he will most likely get a return kill and you need to just leave. And unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. They didn't do that, moreover. Gnar did get a kill on the Rumble, and all of the Gentlemen were just too low, so they had to back, which let Taste Like Purple go, Baron. Let's get it.
Yes. Tastes Like Purple, yes, had a very great game this particular match, and they exhibited their great macro play. They kept an eye on the entire map and showed what they can do.
Absolutely showing that they were the dominant team this time around, proving that they definitely deserved that win. Yes. They showed that they know how to play their comp. They showed complete dominance towards the end there.
It's good to see some new teams showing great potential going into
it. Absolutely, absolutely, it is, and hopefully they continue to do well because it tastes like purple. Their win should hopefully taste like purple. Otherwise, they're not doing it right. So heading into the final streamed match of the night in about 10 minutes, we will have Super Sugoi Senpai Squad versus Final Esports.
Yes, it'd be a new team versus a returning team.
Oh no. Oh no.
Final Esports was placed third in playoffs last year, so.
Wow. Well, congratulations to Final Esports, as I didn't entirely follow the last.
Senpai Squad does have the 4th ranking returning mid laner.
Hey, there you go.
So, I'm looking at you, Nico. I better get a good game out of you.
I see you there.
But Final Esports does have 2 of their members in the top 5 for their role, so. With the jungler being 5th ranked and support being 5th ranked.
Well, there you go. You gotta watch them. Although I have to say, I do enjoy the summoner name You Can't Milk Me on the side of Super Sugoi Senpai Squad. I'll be looking for a good game out of him.
Yeah, you're combining it with Star Killer Nico.
Mine was Star Killer Nico. He's a Star Killer and Micah Jaw. Micah Jaw.
Yeah. Although Final Esports does have TSM Batman. Just saying.
Just saying.
They have Batman. So what you gonna do against that?
You can't do anything because he's Batman.
I swear you're obsessed with that movie.
Darkness. No parents. Being super rich kind of makes it better. very bad at spelling tonight. Actually, I just don't know how Yokoshi... There we go! I got Yokoshi's summoner name.
Oh no.
Well, it was. I used I's, then I used ones, and it's lowercase L's.
I see. Alright, well, going into this, just knowing that Final Esports was in the playoffs last year, and they're up against the Senpai Squad, which is a new team but has returning members. What are you hoping for this match? What are you looking to see played?
I'm hoping...
You might be right, Kelt, there. The casters might cast, if we're filling up to it.
Nah, I'm not casting next game.
Oh no.
I'll instead go watch the Lego Batman movie.
Anyways, back to the game. So yeah. So looking at the teams we have, and since what do you want to see, or are you hoping to see?
I want to see. That's a good question. Now I'm on the spot here.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see a very hard-fought back-and-forth game. I don't want to see one of these. You know, it starts off looking pretty even and then pretty quickly turns into a shutout. I want to see, you know, a hard-fought back-and-forth game.
That would sound like a pretty good game. I know you said last match you would love to see an invade this game.
I said I would love to see what?
An invade.
Yes, and I'd better see an invade. See, that's no longer a request. That's a requirement.
Oh, it's a requirement, huh?
It's a requirement now. See,
All
they
right,
had their chance at a request.
Do you hear him, Nico?
Oh, I think You Can Milk Me is going to meme. Well, I mean, if he memes and does Mordekaiser, I don't care what role, and wins,
the chances
he has
of
my
an
respect.
Aatrox. Let me put it to you this way. For us to see an Aatrox, I better hear a cowbell ring.
This is very true.
What did I even
In fact,
just say?
that was about as good as a Teemo. Well, I mean, if there's a Teemo, it had better be a demon.
No. Teemo support. We'll be fine.
That's almost as bad as the MF support that I had last night against Akali.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like,
or MF
I've played
mid
Aatrox jungle recently, so it can be done.
If we are seeing a Mumu, why can't we see Aatrox? Well, Dev, although Aatrox is good, or is about in the same like tier list as a Mumu offers a ton more team fight with his ultimate, as well as just a super tank on the front lines and a hard engage. Whereas Aatrox kind of is like, I have a little circle, and if they stand in it, they're going to get hurt. But if they can get out of that little circle, I am in trouble. Which is why Aatrox needs help. Retail buff.
With his reworked passive, he's able to do a lot more. He is able to do a lot for much longer.
He's able to do a lot more, and that does help him, absolutely. But he's still, ability-wise, not quite in the same camp as an Amumu or a Sejuani, who offer huge teamfight potential. And very, very hard engaged.
What about you guys in chat? What are you hoping to see this match?
Yeah.
And even what memes do you want to see out of You Can Milk Me?
What memes? What memes? Only the dankest of memes can be seen.
I mean, some sick memes, yeah.
I'll go ahead and pull up my air horn.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's true. Sejuani and Mumu have the minus 12 early game power, but for both of them, it's like once they hit their ult, it's like, here, area effects done. At the very least, it's slow. So it's like
Also, when I play,
they do bring more in terms of crowd control, which in the current meta we tend to see a lot of tank crowd control out of the jungle, and if not, we see a lot of the heavy diver fighters, which Aatrox does fit into. However, a lot of times you have better picks like a Vi or a Lee Sin. I would love to see an Urgot too, to be honest.
Urgot would be fun. Also, I don't know about saying that a Mumu has a negative 12 early game potential. When I mained a Mumu jungle, all you need is for the enemy laners to be pushed up, and your stun is a guaranteed kill. Because it just catches them off guard, and it's over for them before they even get a chance to react. Now, that's not saying that that works for all people all the time. Absolutely not. If it's something like a Lucian or an Ezreal, you're going to have a lot less kill potential than something like a Nautilus or an Urgot. So if we see the Urgot, we're going to see the Amumu level 2 cheese. I feel it in my bones. Man, you got invited to the party. I haven't gotten invited to the party yet.
Yes, because they're all attempting to use your actual name.
It's now changed in the Discord.
Yes. Well,
guys, it's all changed in the Discord. The part in parentheses is my league name.
Literally every match I've given it to, had to give it to him.
I know, but just for future reference, for any team captains watching this, the part in parentheses on the Discord is my league name. Character for character, capital for capital.
Well, Dave, yeah, you're true. That is true. Amumu's dueling is definitely weak, especially early on against basically every other jungler. And yeah, getting counter ganked, unless he lands his stuff right, he holds onto it long enough, yeah, he could leave him in a bad spot.
Absolutely. TSM Batman. Because I'm Batman. Shango Ultimus. I did not see this name. Alright, I should.
Alright, here we go into Champ Select.
Oh no! I'm still hoping to teaching a couple of people. Oh well.
No cure for fools.
I only have 2. Well, good job. There goes Yasuo.
Alright, Yasuo right out of the park.
Thank you. I hate Yasuos. That was one thing I was going to say I'd better not see. Because I don't like filthy Yasuo 1-tricks. It's a Yasuo 1-trick. He's triggered. He's got to leave.
Well then.
That is how all normal queues work. They ban my Yasuo, I disconnect. Every time.
Well then. Yes, we better see the dank memes. Keltner.
Only the dankest. Nice.
Not sure what happened. Oh, client bugged for their support. Alright.
That's alright.
Gee, Oxio, I wonder why you recognize the caster voices.
Could he potentially know us in real life?
It could be potential. I don't know, though. He could be
I don't
the
think
guy
so.
I play games with on occasion.
No cure
Nah,
for
it's not him.
fools.
No? Okay.
That guy is Jeff. Your name is Jeff.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're in pornos. That's how they know us.
That's why. Yep. Clearly. I've got this Magnum dong. And the Warwick being banned as the 3rd ban.
Draven out.
Actually, very
These are
strong.
Very quick ban phase.
These are very quick bans. I'm not even getting a chance to shot fire at him. Man,
And Lucian.
I don't understand that. Fine. I'm done.
You're done, you say.
I'm done. Oh, they're giving me a chance. Cool.
Alright, good.
Good. The Lucian and Draven bans very strong, as well as the Warwick ban, as both ADCs play a decent bit of Lucian, as well as the ADC on the side of, and forgive me, I've forgotten your team name, Super Zagoi Senpai Squad enjoys his Draven. And another time with no 3rd ban.
Curious.
I think it's because they're memeing us now.
Oh, yes.
They're
yes.
not memeing
They've
us.
heard us, and they must meme us.
They must meme us. I did say it was a thing, so now it's a thing.
All right, Oriana picked up yet again. Very
Oriana,
strong
the
pick.
first pick for Star Killer Nico, which does make a decent amount of sense as he does have a very strong Oriana game. His most recent, in fact, being 11-0-3 in his team's first match of the night, which was the victory. So a very strong pick for him. Obviously feels very confident in his Oriana, so he's like, let's do it again.
Ooh.
With a Mundo. Please, Mundo. No! Oh, no, it's a Teemo. Oh, no, it's a Teemo.
They've heard the request.
Don't you dare. If it's a Teemo, I'd better see a demon skin.
But anyways, we have Vladimir and a Zach picked up on Final Esports side.
And we are going to have the Shen lock, most likely for Mikaja, on the side of Super Sugoi Senpai Squad. And the fiddle sticks. Oh, don't you fiddle with my sticks. As we get an Ivern. So we've gone from sticks to a tree. Makes sense.
All right, I like
poison stick. I like the tree. Also, You Can't Milk Me loves his tree as his Ivern. Very, very comfortable pick for him with 100% win rate in ranked for the past 7 days. And a 14-0 KDA in their first game tonight. Also, Mikaja was on his Shen in that game as well.
Well, we have already Nectin picked up, so it's likely going to be a Vladimir mid then, and the Ezreal picked up for Django. Followed by the Vayne and Thresh on Senpai Squad.
Senpai Squad actually only changing one champion from their first game tonight. They have only changed their Caitlyn for a Vayne. They are playing the exact same team exact same composition that they ran just 45 minutes ago. So very comfortable and already warmed up on all of these champions except for maybe the Vayne. So feeling very confident in their ability to play this composition.
I certainly hope so, because this is fresh team up against a returning veteran. So be nice to see how this match turns out.
So they're going to meme us. They're going to meme us to the grave.
I mean, we might still get our invasion we want.
Hey, we still got to get that invade, and Ivern's the guy to do it. And the Ezreal Morgana going to be picked up as the response bot lane. Or, excuse me, the Morgana picked up to respond to the bot lane. Picked up by Super Sugoi Senpai Squad. So if they meme us and send the Shen mid,
I'm ready for it.
I am ready for it. My body is ready, Super Sugoi Senpai.
I just like their clan tag, S×4.
S×4.
Very well done. So just looking at the two team comms, what are your first impressions? And look back out. Oh, 2 people from Senpai Squad gone. Yeah, it's like, yeah, probably crashed.
Allow me to clap for the memers. Okay. Initial impressions. I mean, now we're going to be sitting here waiting for a considerable long time. I do think that Super Sugoi Senpai Squad are going to be very comfortable in their composition, seeing as they've already played it once tonight, and they, by the looks of it, absolutely obliterated their opponents with very high KDAs of like 14.0 and higher across most of their champions. So definitely a very strong, comfortable composition for them that they feel ready to use. And I feel like the Vayne is probably a change because maybe they feel like a Vayne is going to work better for them in this composition than the Caitlyn. On the side of Final Esports, although I haven't seen any of their games tonight, they did have a game 2 hours ago in which they had as well. They have also won their first game of the season and did go to good success. They didn't have as high KDAs on this as Super Sugoi Senpai Squad, except for their Jin, who went 22-0 for a KDA for a KDA. He went 12, 1 and 10 in game. So he had a 22.0 KDA. So definitely their bot lane on the side of Final Esports looks very strong. Looks to be the cornerstone of this team. So that being said, Super Sugoi Senpai Squad should definitely focus on one of two things. They should either shut down Final Esports bot lane, or they should work on getting their other two lanes fed. And since it looks like the side of Super Sugoi Senpai Squad's strongest players, or stronger players, seem to be in the jungle and mid lane, I would definitely suggest sending your jungler bottom and trying to get that lane fed, so that your mid lane gets his solo feed, and then you have two winning lanes. Now, if for whatever reason the bot lane starts to get behind early, they should definitely swap to getting mid and top as far ahead as possible, and then look to team fight and take it back, because their team fight looks to be very strong.
So Final Esports is actually coming in off a 2-win streak already today.
You don't have the heart.
Oh, my mistake. They played 2 games today. What am I here for?
This is the Swish round now.
This is the... Oof, man, 3rd round. And OP.DG has finally updated their win. I can now view it, so I'll do that. Real quick. OP.GG plus reload. Alrighty.
So it will be the Orianna in mid and Shen top. It was just Nico crashed, so he wasn't able to trade.
Oh, well, that's a reason to trade. That's a reason to go ahead and reset. Definitely the bot lane, especially primarily the ADC, is most definitely Final Esports' strongest player. So definitely you need to watch for Django. Django Ultimus. He is the strongest player on the side of Final Esports, so shutting him down is not a bad plan at all, because he likes to play the hyper carries. He played Jhin, he played Ashe, he's now playing Ezreal. So definitely shutting him down is a very good way to help give your team a leg up on Final Esports, because it looks like if you let him get out of control, he doesn't lose. Ever.
Oh yes, according to Benny in chat, TSM Batman seems to be pretty good. He also might be our informant into their win streak already.
Oh, I see. So we're hush secret. Well, sorry, Benny, we already gave out your name. So
oh well.
Prepare to be beaten savagely later by TSM Batman and his team.
That's what I figured, Benny. Good luck in your match.
Because he's Batman. Best of luck, Benny. Alrighty, so as we wait for our spectator delay, looking at TSM Batman, he does seem to be pretty influential in helping the bot lane get fed, playing things like his Zac and his Mundo. So he seems to be the kind of guy who likes to charge in and set up all the kills. Absolutely, Mundo. Mundo goes where he pleases, especially bot lane, to feed his ADCs. Oh. But TSM Batman back on his Zac, which was far more successful than his Mundo game. Today, at least. We don't know about, in the past, but his Zac is his most played champion at 58 games played with a 3.7 KDA and a 71% win rate.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty scary is what it is. So yeah, that's a definite thing to fear on the side of Super Sugoi Senpai Squad. So definitely it looks like shut down Batman, shut down Ultimus, shut down Django Ultimus, and it looks like you've got a good chance at a victory.
Definitely sounds like the plan of attack that I'm not even gonna say it, just Senpai Squad needs to take.
Super Sugoi?
Oh my gosh.
Baka!
Oh my god, no. Please no. None of us need that.
The Twitch chat needs all of the memes.
Oh no. Oh well, you know. It's oh well. Star killer Nico. It's not showing us a star killing, but hopefully this
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm hoping for a good carry here now, Nico.
Yeah, Nico, please carry us.
Yeah, carry us the casters, please.
Carry the casters.
Give us things to talk about.
Give us things to talk about. Absolutely.
Also, pretty standard summoners across the board. Although, the Morgana pulling out the Ignite.
I mean, it does seem like a good pickup for their team. When you consider the Ivern shield bot that will be coming out, you will be able to negate, or at least partially negate, that Ivern, those early Ivern shields, and even the later ones, as he starts to shield for 300 and 400 damage.
Yes. The shield bot is real.
Shield bot is too strong. Rito, please. Increase cooldown, decrease shield AP ratio. One of the two. Alright, as we load into the screen, on the side of Super Sugoi Senpai's squad, we have Mikaja in the top lane, You Can't Milk Me in the jungle, Star Killer Nico in mid, Rira at ADC, and Kaiji in support. And on the side of Final Esports, we have Yakoshi in top lane, TSM Battle, Yizhong at mid, Django Ultimus at ADC, and Naxxram at support. And we have an invade! They did it! Star Killer Nico is going to have to flash out, burning a flash. Well done, invades. Always worth. Always worth.
Well done. Oh, and Ivern walking right into the Renekton.
Renekton, hello!
Not paying attention. Renekton could have punished hard there, but not paying attention.
But it almost looked like Ivern wasn't paying attention. He walked right in the bush and just was like sitting there and then was like, oh, I need to leave. I'm so hyped. That was such an invade, and they're staying too.
No one was expecting the solo Ivern invade, not even the Ivern.
Not even the Ivern. Otherwise, pretty standard lanes for the blue side. Ivern going to be starting his blue buff, as you do. The red team going to be giving Zach red buff from the opposing side. So that should be 2 buffs go to either side, thanks to Ivern's passive.
Doesn't get that till later.
Oh, well.
He doesn't get to share buffs till later, but it looks like he is going to walk on over.
He doesn't get to share.
The red buff.
I mean 2 buffs for either jungler.
Potentially. If Zach runs over there quickly, he won't.
He now has the red buff.
Okay.
He went the red buff first. He's letting the blue buff mature. And missing the snare on the Renekton. Just, you know, showing his early presence. And now he's going to go get blue buff. So, early CS, it's all, for the most part, it's tied up. Just a little poke for either side. Nothing much really happening. Again, we're at that very boring part of the game where everybody's just farming and jungling and not doing a whole lot to poke people. Or a whole lot past poking people. Although Renekton going on that Shen in top lane, dealing quite a bit of damage. Shen Shen's still going back in, actually trading. Oh, you can't milk me. Disconnecting and immediately reconnecting. No pause coming in.
Hopefully he doesn't have any continued issues.
Otherwise, we are going to be in for a long game. Not because it'll be back and forth.
Wolf's just got like quiet during that fight.
that moment of, is he going to disconnect?
Is he gonna
happens in norms, happens in banked, happens in tournaments. And we are still seeing the Renekton and the Shen both at very low health, just kind of in a standoff mode. Oh, and Renekton going to be going in. The Shen just popping his invulnerability. Going to be taunting and first blooding the Renekton. Wow, Renekton maybe underestimating that Shen taunt duration. Maybe the length of the invulnerability, I'm not entirely sure. Definitely a miscalculation there as he gives up first blood
it looks like
to
he
the
was
Renekton.
going for the stun of the Shen, while Shen was in his no auto attack and going for it, completely nullifying that. And we have a fight among the junglers.
We do just a little skirmish, a little scrap. Neither mid laner noticing, and they are very close to mid lane. If a mid laner were to come, that could very easily swing the fight one way or another. And almost as if they heard me, Orianna moves towards it, but Zac quickly backs away, and he's going to have to recall there. Ivern harassing him so that he can't recall.
Good tree man.
Good tree man. Keep doing that. That thing that you're doing, yeah, keep doing that.
So we don't get to see any star killing out of Nico, but at least we get to see him throwing hearts around.
This is very true. So Riot, your job is now a Star Killer Orianna skin. Just in case you were wondering.
I don't know. There's a theory of a Dark Star one or something along those lines. Cosmic Reaver even.
There better be. That would be an amazing Orianna skin. If she just wields a supernova and the ultimate just looks like an implosion of a black hole or something, that would be amazing. I would buy this skin. Renekton has bought 2 long swords after his first pack, while Shen has gotten the components for a ninja tabby. He got boots and cloth armor, so he's just looking to go full tank, negate the Renekton damage, and just keep trading in the top lane.
Vladimir showing what he can do in the mid.
Absolutely, he is harassing that. He got some good harassment on that Orianna, especially because Orianna now out of mana, extremely low. At one point she was at 0. So Vladimir gonna have, just be able to take advantage of all those champions that don't rely on mana for their abilities. They just become so strong if their opponents become too aggressive.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about resource management quite as much as the mana users.
They have to worry about it not at all. It's literally just pew, 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 pew.
Well, they have health resource they still have to manage.
I mean,
And
for some of them,
energy
Katarina just spams everything. She just rolls her face on the keyboard. Renekton with ult as well as Shen. Renekton getting the Shen extremely low, but Shen going to be able to walk away from that. Ivern trying to steal red buff, and Zac was there saying no. Orianna walking as well.
Zac is here to steal.
Man, we might have a fight here as the bot lane getting involved as well. Morgana going to be black shielding, trying to stun the Vayne, almost connecting. Everybody's just going to back off. They're all standing around the red buff right now. Vladimir's lurking around there as well. But Zac ultimately going to finally steal away the red buff for a second time. Vayne backed and got a serrated Dirk earlier in the game, and Ezreal did get his tier, so he is stacking that straight to the dragon on the side of Final Esports, trying to make a commanding lead, make me eat my words of Super Segoy Senpai Squad being comfortable with their composition. Shen and Renekton, man, they are just having multiple scraps over and over again. Meanwhile, Final Esports did pick up the dragon. Renekton gonna pop ult. That is going to secure the kill on Shen. Ivern not there soon enough. That is going to be the double kill as well.
Very comfortable with this Renekton.
Very comfortable, very dangerous on this Renekton. He's going to get some good damage onto that turret while both the jungler and top laner for Super Segway Senpai squad are respawning.
Yeah, nearly taking this tower.
Yeah, it's actually, he might, he won't get there quite this wave, but he can get very close. He might actually be able to get it with this incoming wave.
However, both Shen and Ivern are walking their way back to him.
Absolutely. Ezreal going to be ulting the minion wave. Probably looking to back very soon as he can probably almost get his Frozen Gauntlet.
In a lot of pressure on mid turret.
Yep. They've got 2 turrets now below half health.
Showing why they deserve to be in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing that they are in great form. Coming out this season saying, hey, you can count on us showing up in the playoffs again. And they certainly look like they will, as they are looking to go 3-0 on the night. Definitely on pace to do it early in the game, but it's still very early days, and Super Segway Senpai squad could very easily come back with the Orianna and Vayne not yet hitting their power spike. Ivern looking to steal the red buff, going in a little bit too deep. Hello, Ivern. Shen channeling his ultimate. Ivern actually gets away for now, for the second, stealing the red buff, but it's not going to mean much if he can't survive. TSM Batman getting taunted by Shen. Ivern still getting away. He is memeing us. But Renekton dashes over the wall and gets the kill. Shen now going to have to flash to try and escape. Shen did get the red buff for his Ivern taking the buffs, but Renekton is double buffed, so that is not going to mean a whole lot now. We do have Shen with his Ninja Tabby completed now. He also has more cloth armor and a ruby crystal. Shen getting attacked by the Zac, dealing a good amount of damage back to him. Renekton taking a turret shot for his poke.
Not really caring.
Not really caring at all, no. And they are actually going to try to take this turret so that they can just go ahead and kill the Shen. But they're just like, you know what? Goodbye, Shen. You're dead. Thresh lanterning in the Ivern and the double stun coming through from the Thresh hook and the lantern. Orianna walked down as well, not getting a piece of that kill, unfortunately. But they did make a play for the tower, although it's not worth near as much as the first tower. It is still a play.
Hell, Renekton's already got his Black Cleaver.
Oh, Vayne getting a nice stun there, getting some good poke onto the Ezreal. Ezreal going to go ahead and use his ultimate. Not going to connect on the Vayne. If it had, he might have gotten a kill there. Not quite sure with his Sheen being completed. Vayne going to back and hopefully get some more items besides just her serrated Dirk. Orianna, meanwhile, has her Lost Chapter and Negatron Cloak, so she's trying to negate some of that ridiculous Vladimir damage that he has on his early in the game.
Oh. There goes our good buddy, the Cupcake.
There goes the Cupcake. It was a sad day. Renekton, being very far ahead with his 3-1-1, has completed his Black Cleaver, and that will be a mid-tower falling. Orianna getting engaged upon by the Zac, as we have Zac just utterly tearing apart this team, just sending them all in the air, knocking them all airborne, dealing massive amounts of damage. Renekton diving, getting the Vayne, and Vladimir picking up the Thresh. Ivern finally shutting down the Renekton. But they are all extremely low, and that is going to be the Orianna falling to Django Ultimus. And this is going to be an inner mid tower.
At 13 minutes.
At 13 minutes. They might lose minions before they can get there. But,
Renekton built Tiamat.
Renekton has built Tiamat. He is going to go... You think it's Titanic or Ravenous?
The way he's playing, I'm feeling a Ravenous out of him.
I am as well. They're very far ahead. There's no reason that he would need to build Titanic at this point. But he might still do it.
He might.
Shen
Some
having
players
Bomby
prefer it.
Shen having Bomby Cinder and Chainmail completed, so he is going for that Sunfire Cape, which Zach has finished his Cinder Hulk, as well as his Boots of Lucidity. Vladimir now has his Hextech Proto Belt, his Lucidity Boots, and has a Blasting Wand as well as an Amplifying Toe. So don't know what all that's going into. It could be going into a multitude of things. It could be Rylai's Crystal Scepter. It could be Rabadon's Death Cap. It could be a lot of things. Vayne picked up her BF sword, as well as her Boots of Speed. And Ezreal, spending his massive amounts of gold that he got from that fight, got his Mana Mune and a Ruby Crystal and a Longsword, so potentially a Phage coming out of him for his Triforce. And meanwhile, Morgana sure is, and Renekton is just going to start wailing away on that Ivern. Ivern bringing in the Cupcake. Renekton flashing for the Ivern. Ivern flashing to get out. Shen shielding. They are doing a lot of damage. Renekton's ult going to be popped. Might not be enough. Renekton getting the Ivern. Ivern, why did you go in? Shen is taking a lot of damage too. He might fall. Nope. He's got enough damage that he is going to secure the kill on Renekton.
So that's now an ocean for both teams.
That is an ocean for both teams. Although we do have the interesting. Oh, Zach is going onto the Vayne. He does connect. He does ult. Shen is going to be teleporting onto the Vayne. Thresh ult is going to be used. The stun landing on Shen. Zach just trying to get another kill. Shen going to be flashing out there. Orianna's here now, so maybe they can turn this fight around. Ivern as well showing up. They do get a stun onto the Vladimir, and a lot of damage. Oh, there's the hook. Oh, unfortunately, Vladimir gonna have to pool to get out. And that is gonna be the Zac. Oh, and the Thresh lives. The shield bot is real.
Django walking out with no health.
With no health, Thresh as well, man. That was 2 kills that should have happened. Wow, lots of backs having to come from both teams as they're all low. Oh, Ivern hitting the stun on Vladimir. I'm not sure what you're doing there, buddy. You're going to take a lot of damage. That is going to be the Vladimir ult. The shield is coming down. Will it be enough?
So close on the Ivern.
That's about 150 health. He's sitting real low. Huh.
A lot of close calls in a row.
No kidding. Renekton has been split pushing top meanwhile, and was able to pick up his Merc Treads when he backed last. And we have Zac working on his Spirit Visage as he has a Spectre's Cowl and Ruby Crystal.
We get to see a Rift Herald kill this game.
We do finally get to see a Rift Herald killed, and it will most likely, yep, it will go on to the Renekton. He is doing amazing this round, so it would only make sense. We do have a Forbidden Idol finally showing up on Ivern, so his shields have just gotten that much stronger.
Also have a Duskblade showing up on the Vayne.
Okay, we have a Duskblade, and we have Orianna still working on her Morellonomicon, picking up her Fiendish Codex. She's not getting a whole lot of items this game. We're almost 17 minutes in, and she still doesn't have an item completed. Although her... Oh, and we have a hook hitting onto Morgana, so I'm just going to cut myself off there. Morgana using ult to try and escape. Vayne also ulting. The Cupcake chasing. Vayne needing one more shot. That is going to pick up the Morgana, although it was the use of 2 ults to get the Morgana.
Yeah, and Morgana did use her ult to attempt to get away, but it's the
She did.
one support ult compared to damage dealer
The jungler,
and bot.
Yeah. The jungler and ADC ults, 2 very large teamfight ults being burned for 1 target. seems maybe not like your best decision ever. Oh, and Oriana did not finish her Morellonomicon, instead deciding that a Abyssal Scepter would be a better buy for her. So her Negatron Cloak and Fiendish Codex will combine into an Abyssal Scepter, which means that Morellonomicon will happen later. Meanwhile, Ezreal did complete Phage, so it is a Triforce that he will be going for, standard Ezreal Triforce build. Thresh just getting some magic resistance and his Lucidity Boots, and Morgana has a Seeker's Arm Guard, so she is heading for her Zonias.
Ooh, rotating down to the bot lane now. Another fight around this tower.
Oh, and we do have a Shen jumping onto the... That was actually would have been a very good execution if the Morgana hadn't black shielded. Going in off of the Ivern Q so that he gets into basic attack range, and then dashing for the taunt. Shen ult trying to save Vayne. It does not happen. The Ivern also going to fall to the Zac, and the Shen going to fall to the Vladimir. That team fight seemed like it would have been a good idea, but then when the Shen dashed in and didn't get any targets taunted due to the black shield, they probably should have just cut their losses and disengaged, but instead they tried to force it and let Vladimir get there.
Got to their backline and wrecked the house.
And ruined people. And that will be an inner bottom turret for their trouble.
Maybe
and most likely the inhibitor turret, because Vladimir is dealing stupid amounts of damage right now with his Rylai's Crystal Scepter being completed.
And Final Esports showing that they know when to pull out.
They know when to leave, they know when their welcome has been warned. Vayne.
Any chances?
Vayne picking up her Berserker's Greaves and a Sapphire Crystal. I am not sure what that Sapphire Crystal will be going towards. In the slightest. Oh, we were wrong. The Renekton has just combined his Tiamat into a Titanic Hydra. Not a Ravenous.
Players prefer that one more.
Absolutely, and probably he does want to be absolutely certain that he doesn't die, so the health is probably better than the Ravenous Hydra damage.
Always the choice of path.
Always. always. Shen did finish his Sunfire Cape, but he is very far behind that Renekton, so the Sunfire Cape not going to offer too much in the line of protection.
However, they may be behind, but they're still focusing into Jetson.
They are.
Pick up their second dragon to
getting a second ocean. Getting a second ocean drake is critical for them. You don't want the team that is very far ahead and has a lot less squishies and a lot more tanks getting the second ocean drake.
They might have lost the game of dragon, but they are burning this Baron.
They are burning it very quickly, and Super Segoy Senpai Squad has no idea. It's there is a pause. We have lost. You can't milk me.
And then has been reconnected, so hopefully this won't be a very long pause.
We can hope. So, heading into this Baron fight, we're about to start again, and that is Baron Nashor, as we would assume, for Final Esports.
To the top lane and get this last outer tower.
Is it an outer tower still? Wow.
I mean, not, no, inner tower.
It's an inner tower, yep. I mean, it's outer enough. It's not in the base.
It's true. Last one outside the base.
And we now have the blue buff of Super Segoy Senpai Squad stolen for the Vladimir. So, not for mana, obviously, but for his the cooldown reduction that it does offer, he is going to be able to use his E, his Q, his W a lot more often, and to a lot more effect, as it will also grant him some ability power.
So that mana crystal manual can be developed with a machine.
Alrighty then. What Vayne build has a Sheen in it, other than maybe Triforce?
There is a Triforce.
There is a Triforce completed on Ezreal's side. Also, his Manamune has now changed to a Muramana. So, Ezreal now having a lot of mana, and also a decent, and that extra attack damage now being added to the man immune to give him an extra 65 damage total.
Shen cannot handle the Renekton alone, so Vayne's having to come down as well.
And Vayne is actually going to die to the Renekton because the Shen TP is being burnt. Vayne flashing, ulting, now dealing massive damage. They are going to get the Renekton, but it took 4 members to do it.
And
the Orianna Shockwave
and a spinner tower to
Ivern, you just jumped into the middle of 3 people. Congratulations. Your death, sir.
Ooh, that Ezreal burning.
That Ezreal is burning people down very quickly. And most likely the Shen will be falling. He will. Man, Ezreal showing true to form. Getting fed. He is now 4-0-6. And also TSM Batman has been setting up a lot of kills. A lot of kills this round.
Doing a lot this game. And like our previous 2 games, they're breaking the entire base.
Absolutely. You gotta win in spectacular fashion. You're on stream, baby. It's no good to just win mediocrely. You must crush them completely. Total devastation.
Morgana just now picking up the hourglass.
So a Cutlass being picked up for the Renekton on his last buy. He is actually going for what looks to be a Bork, as he has a Cutlass and a Dagger. And we have a Guardian Angel picked up for Zac. And a Redemption on the side of Ivern, so pretty standard.
Zac plans on never dying.
This Zac plans on never dying, and this Ivern plans to try and stop his team from dying with his Redemption pickup. And Thresh is probably going to be picking up a Redemption too, as he has a Forbidden Idol, which is not something that you normally see on a Thresh ever. Because there are no good Thresh items or Thresh abilities. Although his W does provide a shield, it's negligible to where you would want to increase it. So the Redemption would only be for the active to try and save the team that is extremely squishy other than their Shen against a team with, frankly, 3 either anywhere ranging from fairly tanky to extremely tanky members in the form of wow.
And Vladimir
one-shot Vladimir.
Deletes Vayne.
There is one-shot Vladimir over there with almost 3,000 health. There's almost 3,000 health Zac with Guardian Angel. And then there's Renekton, who is just scary in general.
Yeah, Vladimir's protocol in and saying goodbye, Vayne.
And they aren't even giving us time. I mean, this is just going to be the base. That's both Nexus turrets in quick succession. Renekton diving down on them, getting the shit. That's a great Orianna Shockwave. No follow-up. This has been the problem. Oh, hey, Thresh the memes! Thresh memes! And that is going to be the end of the game.
First day for Final Esports, showing that they deserve to be here as veterans.
Absolutely, a 3-0 start for them. That is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So again, Super Sugoi Senpai Squad. I mean, it's very similar to the first 2 games that we saw. Super Sugoi Senpai Squad and Final Esports both started out fairly evenly. Then Final Esports just played their comp better. They got Django Ultimus fed. TSM Batman set up their kills. Top laner Yakoshi just got himself fed off of a Shen, which to be quite honest, Shen was playing a little bit too aggressive against a Renekton. Early, it was fine when he got the first blood. That was great, but he should have stopped after that. Because if him keeping on attacking the Renekton allowed him to come back, get farm, deal poke, and then kill the Shen a few times, which put him way above the pack. And then that double kill that he got on the Shen and Ivern just set him up to win the game. So It was a great effort by Super Sugoi Senpai Squad, but unfortunately, Final Esports, the veterans, were able to very quickly turn around their early losses and pull themselves back into the game and just, in the end, crush Super Sugoi Senpai Squad.
Yeah, and with that concludes our stream for this week. So it was a great time. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.